I can't do tomatoes either.
I'm not a big fan of it, but I mean, I do like it.
And how else do you make fancy sauce?
I don't make fancy sauce.
No, you don't make hot sauce.
Well, I make fancy
Tomatoes?
sauce, but it's more of a personal touch.
It's a whole other evening.
It's more of the whole.
I make an evening out of it. Some candles.
I was going to say light some candles, maybe draw a warm bath.
Some Lionel Richie in the background.
Rose petals in the bathwater.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Some of that home
Get a couple floaty
tapioca.
candles.
Yeah.
Floaty candles. Glass of red.
Science.
You know? It's nice.
Science, bro.
You got to take care of yourself.
No one loves you like you.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
what I was getting at. That being said, what's up, everybody? This is the Grim 86 Freedom First podcast, and this is episode number 31. My name's Crash.
Beep, beep, Richie. You know they all float down here? Did you know that? They all do.
Are you a clown?
Sure.
All
Pennywise.
floats.
Yeah. I'm Johnny Doe.
I'm Mr. Danger. Aaron
Mr. Danger.
Yeah.
I like that. Mr. Danger.
Yeah. Not Austin, though.
Danger. Aaron
Different.
Danger.
Not Powers.
That's a different Danger.
All right.
What does he say? Danger's my middle name? Isn't that what he says?
Yeah.
Danger's
Something
my
like that.
middle
Yeah.
name.
I think a lot of people say that. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You guys remember that scene? You guys remember the scene from Family or
My middle name is Dick. Leave me alone.
have you seen Grandma's Boy?
I love
Yes.
Grandma's boy.
He's like, just be careful with it, okay? He's like, careful's my middle name. Actually, it's Philip, and he just starts sobbing. He's
wait,
like,
who said that? Was
ugly.
that Nick Schwartzen?
No, JP, the tall, the
Oh,
creator.
yeah.
Robot legs?
Yeah.
Dude, when that movie came
How
out,
did they see me?
everybody wanted me to be him for Halloween.
Oh, you should totally do that.
Dude, that would be awesome.
The cards are still on the table.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd have to buy a trench coat.
Yeah. And then you'll know how much clothes cost in the Matrix.
Exactly.
So get back to us on that
Look
one.
like Bono sunglasses.
He's all just sitting here with the fucking trench coat sunglasses.
Dude, don't you think a white guy buying a black trench coat is going to set off a couple alarms, though?
Yeah, maybe. And then, like, every time you talk on the podcast, like, techno music just starts playing.
You'd
But
like
honestly,
if you had
in
robot
this climate,
ears.
I'm pretty sure anything a white guy does is pretty much fucking red flag. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, he's breathing. A white guy is breathing.
Can't
oh my
have that.
god, pitchforks.
Yeah, they
Can't
like
have that.
mayo. Mayo.
They like
I
mayo.
said male.
Mayo,
I said it like so southern.
mayo, hon. You got some mayo over here, hon.
All right, well, the first thing I wanted to talk about today is how
Uh-oh.
YouTube is fucking us. All right? We've been noticing. I'll let you fucking kick this off. You did the most research on it.
Okay. So pretty much what we noticed is last week we released 5 different Johnny rants. So they were about SJW stuff a lot. I mean, overall, I would say. Would you kind of say it's kind of
Yeah, for the most part.
social justice
That's
warrior?
Yes.
the underlying theme.
Fuck SJWs.
So it went off about that, and all of a sudden we started noticing, like, within an hour and a half, we would see it jump up to, like, I don't know, we're a little channel, so it was like 200-something views, which is faster than we normally get.
Yeah.
And
That's
some
more
of
than
them-
our podcast.
Oh,
gets,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
And then it would jump up into, like, almost into the 300s or right around there, and then all of a sudden it crash. And we would watch it go from, like, let's just make up another 276, and then you would go check it, and it would be at 84.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. So we looked into what's happening, and what we think is happening is that we're being shadow banned. So if you found this video, congratulations. Apparently it's fucking difficult.
You're probably a subscriber.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, so I don't know. We're kind of like in the midst of like trying to test it. We got to figure out how to do that exactly, and do more research on what a shadow ban is. But it's basically making our videos harder to find by reducing the overall amount of views, which I don't know how you can fuck with the amount of views. Like I get like if
See, the view part of it is the part that's getting us kind of confused because
Yeah.
on all the stuff we've looked up about channel banning, it hasn't really said too much about that. It's more
Right.
about how it's located on, like when you're searching
the
it.
search. Yeah.
Right. So that's where we're getting the question: are we hacked? Is there something?
I get how likes can go up and down, but not views.
Not views,
If
yeah.
it's been viewed, unless that account gets deleted, right?
Right.
But even then, shouldn't it stay?
But there's no way we're talking 200 fucking channels got
Yeah,
deleted
200
that viewed ours just so happened.
Exactly.
But one of them was we had a John Oliver one talking about his show, and he was talking about public shaming, and I just basically go, well, wait a minute. First off, if you watch the video, it's like trending or whatever. He's saying that public shaming is good and it's bad at the same time. It's fucking completely ridiculous because he's not really making any kind of fucking sense. It's just like, wait, what the fuck? Are you for or against it? What are you even saying? You're wasting.
Pick a fucking stance.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say pick a fucking team, and he doesn't really say, but he kind of definitely looks like people are bullying and all, or makes it sound like people are bullying people. Well, I would argue that his whole fucking show is literally public shaming people. That is what his show is. Like, that's literally what he does. So we released that
fucking
video.
Hypocrite.
Exactly. So in a nutshell, that's what it's about. So we released that video. And we were getting over one view in the a minute, which is, for us, it's a big deal. We were getting that up to 124, so about a minute, an hour and 20 minutes or so into it, and then it froze at 124. Just fucking froze. So we basically had as many views in an hour, a little over an hour, as we do subscribers, and then it just fucking stopped, and for 24 hours. Like, how is that even... Yeah, see how I documented
so
the first number?
out at 163 views on that one. That's the most that we got on the John Oliver one. And then right now, currently, I checked it today before we started the show, we have 80 views.
Mm-hmm. And it dumped down to what
the fuck?
58 was the lowest? Yeah, 58. So, see, I've like been documenting it a little. I mean, I should have done screenshots and all that, but it was kind of already after the damage was done.
Yeah.
Because we saw some of the other videos going up. The SJW one went up to like 280, and then it fucking tanked to like 100.
Dude, the SGW one was awesome.
Thank you.
It was so on point. I'm just sitting there watching it like,
it was kind of funny too.
laughing in my truck. Just people were looking at me like, what the hell?
Well, that one chick, I put the gorilla noise or monkey noise when she's throwing a fit.
She reminded me of Donkey Kong.
That was pretty good.
Awesome.
But yeah, so anyways, we have at least 5 videos there. I think I just wrote 4, but there's like 5 or 6 of them, including our podcast. Not the first one, but the second one that was up. No, I'm sorry. The first one was up to like 120 the week when all that shit started happening, and then it dove down to like 60 views.
Wow.
How the fuck? Does anyone know how the fuck our views are getting taken away? Is it a shadow ban? Does anyone know?
Or is that like a virus or
let
something?
us know.
Or someone hacked it, or I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, it would definitely be something because that's all server side. I don't think that's not local, so that would be a problem with their software.
Yeah. And I'm sick of these fucking servers fucking up my goddamn order when I'm at Denny's. So
they're the same servers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're the same servers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're the ones that work at Denny's. I can't even keep a straight face to that.
Fucking up my views, bro.
We should go down to Denny's right now.
Right now,
talk to those sons of bitches.
We're gonna picket this bitch.
Fuck Denny's.
You shall not pass. Have a big old picket line, Grim 86. You're fucking up our views.
Just a big fucking YouTube with a hash through it.
It's the wrong ones. no, they're servers. It's all right. We got it.
They're all the same servers. These fucking guys.
Servers are gonna get it all day.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So what else about this? I'm trying to think. I know there's so
it's
much.
Frustrating.
It's
we've
frustrating.
been doing this for almost a year now, and we finally start putting out content that seems like it's something that people will watch more consistently and more frequently.
And we got a lot of personal feedback, you and me both.
Yeah.
From viewers that are saying, keep up that. That's doing really good.
Yeah. So
and we got fucked on that.
Yep. We started
immediately.
On the very first one that we did that got that kind of traction.
Yeah, I think it was it was literally the very first one that came out. It already got fucking hit.
So, find us on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ.
So,
the answer that we know for now is basically, Freedom Fighters, you got to spread the word of Grim 86, and you got to have people subscribe, because that way you're going to guarantee you're going to get the content. Because you're not going to be able to just search it out. Like, you type in whatever, it's not necessarily going to be popping up.
Yeah.
We watched I know I watched a bunch of stuff from like the head of YouTube and a bunch of other people, and that are involved with the social media, and they're all coming out against freedom of speech. It's like I understand, and I pretty much agree with the fact that it's a private platform and they have their own rules and regulations, but they keep changing the narrative, and they're only doing they change the views that they want to be portrayed. They'll go, okay, so this guy right here is saying something I don't like. Alex Jones is doing whatever it is that I don't like, so I'm going to take him off. Well, okay, you can argue all the different things that he said and whatever is crazy and whatever, but is it really doing anything? I don't know, man.
But what kills me is, I mean, we're getting censored in this way, but yet there's other
way worse
sources out there like that honestly condone pedophilia.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was watching this, and honestly, I have a son that's in school, dude. And love, die for him. But you know what? I gotta pay attention. It's parents' responsibility to get off their asses and pay attention to what their kids are doing, not raise little fuckers in the society that grow up to be.
Well,
bigger
yeah,
fuckers.
and that's the thing. Is they're like, well, what if kids watch or whatever? Well, they have parental controls already, right? They can't they?
I'm pretty sure. Well,
but you know,
I'm
what
pretty
it is?
sure. Yeah.
But here it is. I mean, people sit there and say, well, you know what? You're not supposed to let your kid watch Deadpool. Dude, my kid loves Deadpool. But you know what? He's with me.
Right.
I lay out the rules.
Yeah, and you can
what's
explain if
acceptable.
there was something that was weird or whatever,
Yeah.
and you had to explain.
I mean, if there's a part in it where it's like, hey, close your eyes, or hey,
right,
get, and I get his attention.
or if it was a situation that you need to explain,
Yes.
like, okay, well, this is what happens when whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean that's called parenting. And
gotta
you're
do-
responsible for your own kid.
Yeah, you decide that. They don't. You know what I mean? Until that child becomes an adult and can decide for himself, it's your fucking decision.
Well, and we know that it's a way bigger problem than just kind of what we're just talking about here, because so they went after Alex Jones and they argue about the Sandy Hook thing and they say a bunch of different stuff about him where, that is what it is. I'm not really even gonna get into all that, but that's kind of what they went after him for, and they pulled him off of everything. I think he's even off of like Google and everything. Like you can't even find him on anything. So you edit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's got a huge platform.
Dude,
I mean,
he's like featured. He's like,
Yeah.
Alex Jones was like the headliner. Now he's like, oh yeah, Alex Jones is featured. Like, oh,
well, and then look what happened when he went on Joe Rogan's show. It was like one of the
Yeah.
top 5 best shows he's ever done.
yeah,
Like views and stuff,
but
and it's still going up.
Dude, Alex Jones. I mean, like like him or hate him, dude. He actually drove a lot of YouTube, and brought in a lot of money and views to
Okay,
YouTube.
so that was where I was going to go. So the next thing is that like basically who fucking created YouTube? It's all these small independent channels because everyone got sick of watching the mainstream media and all that crap.
Yeah.
So they all came to YouTube to get that. So basically YouTube got all their power out of all of us, right?
Yes, it's true.
And then all of a sudden now they're pissing on everyone.
Yeah.
And they go one step further, so getting back to the Alex Jones thing. So you could argue whatever, like you said, love him or hate him. But then you go into the next thing, and you got the same people, the executives and everything, talking about Ben Shapiro and saying how he's so bad and all that. Now, I can guarantee you, us here do not agree with most of what Ben Shapiro says. However, he's not radical about anything. He's not.
Nothing.
He's not talking violent. He's
Ben Shapiro
usually
is
calm.
Ben Shapiro's a pussycat, dude.
Yeah, he's a little nerd.
Ben Shapiro's the the kid who's like the little brother.
It's like when
who's
you're-
like, Mom said you have to pick a game that's third player. You guys have seen that meme, right?
It's like Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, and he's like that little nerdy ass kid where it's like, dude, just I know facts and facts don't lie.
He's
And it's
kind of
like, oh
he's
my God.
kind of like the Cyclops of X-Men, kind of like a nerdy kind of guy.
Where,
Kinda.
I mean, he could be so
I mean,
much
even Cyclops
awesome
might be cooler.
if he just wasn't such
Yeah,
a douche.
yeah. I feel like that's kind of him because he has the potential to be
To
awesome.
be awesome, but he's just
but
not.
yeah,
Damn it, Logan. Damn it, Logan.
yeah, he ain't no Deadpool like us. So, yeah.
yeah.
So, anyways, it's just weird that why are you going after him? He's like a fucking, like you were saying, like he's like a pussycat guy. Like he's a total chill ass dude. He's a smart guy. We don't necessarily agree with his
But
stuff,
here it
but
is.
like,
I mean,
why are you
it's-
going after him?
I mean, it's freedom of speech.
Well, YouTube is not
But
really.
still, I mean, it should be easy.
It should
I
be
mean,
that way, though.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
You gotta,
Especially when they have a monopoly on this kind of platform.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, the problem is that like this is completely well within their right to
Yeah,
do,
'cause
but it's
they're
also
private.
well within our right to fucking complain
Sure,
about it because
absolutely.
we are customers and you're not making us happy. So we have a right to fucking give you feedback and say we don't like this feature, we don't like this this part of your service. So
stealing our thousands of views so far that we know of.
Yeah, fuck, dude. This is like we finally started making some traction just because we're like anti-leftist, if you want to call that, which I mean we are, but we're kind of anti-everything. So we're
Here's
not,
the craziest part. Almost every single thing that the left believes in, almost, we pretty much do ultimately agree with. Like, gays should be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
You shouldn't destroy the environment. Like,
Yeah.
We should have the right. The left used to be one of the biggest ones, bigger than the Republicans were when I was growing up. Aaron might remember. They were always talking about freedom of speech is the most important thing. I haven't heard that in years from them.
Yeah, holy
so
fuck.
those things are all like traditionally left-leaning positions.
All I've heard from the left is that's hate speech.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how they've gotten around this. You know that, right, Jamie?
You can't say that.
They've changed this whole thing to the hate speech thing. That's pretty much they're trying to exclude that out. Just like how we were just saying, like we think people should be able to say whatever they want as long as they're not like initiating violence type things or trying to advocate violence, right?
Like
yeah.
trying to sit there and like ensue a riot, like you're sitting
That's what
there,
they're trying to say.
Come
though.
on, we should break down this,
Right.
burn down the house, and
Right,
it's like no,
but-
we're not trying to, no, fuck no.
But I think that's what they're exactly what they're trying to make that freedom of speech part where they're going like it's hate speech. So they're trying to say that that's violence.
So they're using it as justification, is what
Yes,
it is. Okay,
absolutely.
So they're trying to say that stuff that we talk about is going to
Incite something.
incite violence in
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah. Well, that one
You got-
chick was actually saying that was in that YouTube techie conference thing that we watched some of that.
Yeah.
She was saying about her son and all that stuff that was watching. She was okay. So he was watching Ben Shapiro.
The lost cause. He's such a lost
Yes,
cause because
yeah.
he was watching.
Oh,
I remember
fuck.
that.
So he's watching Ben Shapiro, and then the next thing she saw on his search engine was that it linked to it was a Jordan Peterson video. Whoop-de-fucking-do. We're talking about the same kind of thing. No big deal, no extreme, whatever. I know the SJWs hate him, but I mean, there's nothing really crazy. He's not inciting violence or anything. He's both those guys, Shapiro and Jordan, they're both like academia types. They're trying to be, at least portray themselves. I know that Peterson, I think he's a professor, but nonetheless, they're trying to promote themselves as that kind. So it's like, okay, so you have those, and then the next thing she said is, oh, now he's watching some neo-Nazi video. And it's like, okay, well, the YouTube, if anything, take that video down. It has nothing to do with the other guys.
Yeah.
And then
Like-
after that,
Jesus
he's going to be
Christ.
watching Pornhub and
That's
and,
okay.
and Grim 86.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
lost.
Pornhub edits us too. We had worse time on them. Remember, like
Oh well, one. Yeah, we had one because we said like it was the poop one.
I
right?
can't even load
I remember that.
episode.
I remember that.
I want to say I can't even load episode 12 or 13, and I've edited it like 5 or 6 different ways, and it just keeps flagging it.
Ah, those
Really?
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They don't like freedom.
Nope.
What is it?
Yeah. No, it's because leftism. It's all the.
And I'm gonna
the
say those
leftists.
are the first 2 episodes. Like I started off on 12. Like, dude, I gotta. They want me to be on. I gotta do my research. So I just jumped and hit. First one
and
12.
I watched those too, and I don't know what the hell it is. I'm like,
I'm trying to think like if you were to have a platform, a social media platform, or a media platform like YouTube,
Yeah.
or even a forum or something where there was absolutely no rules, like it would be kind of rough.
well, yeah, but I mean, if a private person's running a platform, because that's who's going to run it, right?
Yeah.
Then I mean, you still can make there's nothing wrong. Like, so anarchy means, right? It means without rulers. It doesn't mean without rules.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm all for rules. Like, if you have a private platform, same with YouTube. I don't care they have rules. It's just crazy when they have a monopoly and they keep changing the boundaries. It's like, okay, it's they keep changing where the goal line is, kind of thing. And it's like,
You know what it would be? A cool solution would be to have a platform like I'm imagining like Reddit or a forum, okay? Now, what if the forum could be actually this is basically 4chan that I'm describing.
okay, I don't know what that is.
So 4chan is like is a website. It's kind of like the dark corner of the internet. Basically, you can put whatever the fuck content you want on that website because every channel is controlled by a different group of users.
Gotcha.
So it's like every channel, like if you go A through Z, they're all different communities.
So you could say it's actually the dark web.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
kinda.
not. I don't think you can consider it the dark web, but I mean, like, yeah, I've seen some shit on 4chan that like I don't ever care to see again. Like straight up, like, and it's bad shit. It's like fucking people dying, animals dying, like fucking necrophilia, like
like I
fucking
was gonna
terrible
say-
shit.
like YouTube used to be back in the day. Do you remember how they used to show like beheadings and all that shit? Wasn't that YouTube?
I don't know if it was YouTube for sure, but I remember they keep in what is it called? Keep putting new rules and stuff in because things like that are
Okay.
on there. Yeah. So I mean, like, let's just put it this way: if I personally had a platform to let people talk, I would let everything go. Everyone could say anything they want. I don't care if it's racism, if it's religious, it's whatever. I don't care. Freedom of speech across the board. The only time I have a problem with it is if it was my personal platform, I'd be policing against the whole violence. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm not talking about like now I'm not saying like, okay, well we all might need to rise up at some point. Oh, that's violent. I'm not even going that far on it. I'm literally saying if you're going this person X, I'm going to go after, and you know what I mean, like that kind of thing,
if
like
it's specific.
Yeah, a personal kind of attack kind of thing, or kill this person, or what, you know, like that kind of thing. Yeah, that I would pull. But other than that, I really wouldn't care. I mean, that's literally the only thing, me personally, that I would edit.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. You? Anything would you add to that?
I don't know, man. Like, I think I kind of like. Well, see, this is where I have a fucking moral conundrum. Because
but I also like the idea of what you're saying, where everything can go too. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
This is where my conundrum is, though. Like, what happens when we get pedophiles and we get necrophilia and then we get bestiality and we get fucking all the worst things you could think of? There is a fucking community for that. Like, do I want to be responsible for giving them a place to fucking confine? Yeah,
I guess now that you mention it, that would be too, because you're still taking advantage of the weak, and it's rape, right? So basically, if it violates, let's put it this way. If it violates the non-aggression principle, that would be my guideline for the whole thing.
So it'd just be a fucking libertarian social media, basically.
Which means
libertarian run social media.
Yeah, because that means you can fucking be a socialist, you can be whatever the hell you want on there. I don't care, as long as you're not fucking advocating violence towards anyone. I think that's better than just saying kill. Like, you're really trying, because that's what it is, like with rape or whatever, right? I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. What would you do anything different than that, or would you not do that, or just leave it free, or?
There's a lot of weird people out
there.
Let's just say there's a lot. So for me to sit there and say, like, oh, yeah, you could put whatever you want out there, no, that's not good.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like I said, you can make your own rules. It's your platform, right? So if it was your YouTube, your whatever, AaronTube, it was that.
DangerTube.
What would be your main guidelines? Like, can you even think of anything other than, obviously, I'm sure you're going to say pretty much what I said, but is there anything else?
Pretty nothing sexual really to be nothing with kids
Well, definitely we all agree. I think we all agree on that.
No, but there's a lot of people that don't agree with it.
A matter of fact, I would add that I wouldn't have any kind of like nudity or anything like that, because you want to keep it open more for other people to check it out, because there's plenty of platforms you can go see porn.
Yeah.
And now at the same time, I don't think that Pornhub and all that should have any of those regulations that they try to put on them too. So
that's true.
Yeah, leave it alone. You want to have as much freedom as possible without people getting hurt.
So I would, if I had my own Facebook platform.
Okay.
It would be anything. You can't have anything that advocates violence, so nothing that's going to violate like non-aggression principle, right? But I would leave complete freedom of speech and press, so you can post anything you want, and then if you don't like seeing it, you can unfollow that person or you can hide that post. Hate speech would be allowed, because that's just conversation.
Sure. Yeah,
it's not that I don't think
hate
you're an
speech
asshole.
is great, because you get to see who they are. If they go in the shadows, it makes it always worse. I saw you shaking your head over there. Oh, yeah,
hey,
let them say their shit. Then you know who the fucks are, dude.
Hey, I would rather see the guys out there in the streets going head and zai and all that other shit and be like, those motherfuckers are racist. Stay away from there,
right.
Than to be like, oh, well, this is a good neighborhood, and you walk into the wrong side of the hood, and it's like.
Plus, it brings up that conversation, because if they're in the shadows, someone might fall into it easier because they don't know about it, and then they get sucked into those views. Where if it's out in the open, it's like, oh, now we know who these fucks are. Fuck them.
So, because what I would do is I basically leave it to, like, if some bullshit is getting pulled up on a post that you made, well, then you can delete it if you want to. As a user, you can make that distinction. But as a platform moderator or the creator, you'll never get put in Facebook jail for something that you said or posted.
Right.
That would not exist. That would be up to the users that created that content
honestly,
to moderate.
People are gonna lose their shit if they're like, well, you can't do. What if there's like a suggestion like remember Tom?
There wouldn't be.
Like
there
Tom,
just fucking wouldn't be.
No?
It would be a big button that says "fuck you" on it.
Well, there you go.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, and middle finger.
Yeah.
And they really need a thumbs down button on Facebook.
Yeah, they fucking do.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think that was actually the little side note on this whole thing, is what I was saying is that it's important for the viewers to check that out about the whole anarchy thing. It's like, none of us are against rules. Like,
oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, it's authority is what we have the problem with.
You brought me back to this point that I wanted to say earlier. The whole, this whole, without rulers thing. People think, oh, well, how do you live without rulers? Well, how did the old school samurai, the ancient samurai, the Ronin, how did they go on? I mean, they were still some of the most...
They still went by their rules.
Yeah, they still had their rules.
Their code.
Their code. They still, were samurai, and they did all their stuff, and they were still, upright, citizens and all that stuff.
Talk about
maybe. But I mean...
That was for Jamie.
But I mean, they didn't have, like, oh, this is your master. They're like, well, no, fuck you. I run myself.
Yeah.
And that's how, and they they still had integrity day to day. They still did their stuff.
Exactly. And so the difference is that what you're saying, I think, is basically like the individual has their own principles and morals that they go and guide their life by, and that's what we're pretty much about overall. And the government, it's like, where do they get this magical power to have authority over us?
And just because you don't follow a set master doesn't mean like, oh, you're a bad person. You don't have any, you can't live your life right or be righteous. Or, yeah, you can. Just because I don't think that the president's gonna come in and save us. He's going to come in and he's going to save America.
King Trump.
King Trump, Colt 45? No. Dude, guys, trust me, dude. President's not going to come in and fucking save you. You got to save
And presidents, on a side note, presidents were never really supposed to be this way. They were just supposed to be there. They weren't really supposed to have all this authority and power. It's totally different.
And it's kind of like
especially in our lifetimes, it's totally fucking changed.
Dude, like presidents can do whatever they want. I'm like, dude, I'm going to do a national emergency or, fucking executive order.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add about that?
National emergency because he didn't get money.
Yeah, right?
What the fuck?
I didn't get my wall. Bro. God damn it.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Gee, grow up.
I don't know, man. The whole thing about the whole social media platforms and stuff is we all understand and get that it's a private property. That's what we're all about, and they have the right to do their own thing and whatever. But it's like, come on, they know they have a monopoly on this whole situation, and it's like, come on, man, you've made a lot of your business upon people's backs that were doing this all this time. We didn't really have any fucking problems, and they just want. And even with the internet, and you would know about this probably more than me, but like even the internet, it had no rules. It was kind of like the Wild West, the free market, whatever. And now,
at first.
And that's my point. And now they keep every year adding new things. They wanted that net neutrality bullshit.
It's the legislation that I have the problem with. Just just leave us the fuck alone. Come on.
It's free market is what we want. Leave it alone, because here's the thing, right? If that social media platform had all that stuff that he was talking, all the crazy weird shit, right? Well, eventually, like in the free market, won't eventually people not be viewing that or ostracizing that or going after that and be like, fuck you, who's this guy? Get this fucker out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The whole picketing and protesting and whatnot, right? Like, you would know that stay away from those guys. Fuck them. Leave them alone.
So, like, I used to go there onto 4chan when I was younger, but then it just got to the point where it's like, dude, like, this fucking community is toxic.
Dude, did
crazy.
you ever get into the QAnon stuff? The QAnon or the Q?
I don't even know.
You're breaking the first two rules, bro.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I just know, dude. I don't fucking know. Dude, this guy's like, hey, do you know about this? I was like, dude, who the fuck is that? And I'm
like, the Anon thing. I think, I think maybe.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm like,
it just means anonymous. Like it's
okay.
It's like a lot of on 4chan. Like every time you post, it's just a serial, like a number. And then you keep posting, and it's a different number every time. So there's really no way to fucking trace who did what. It's completely anonymous. Like it's insane. That's where anonymous
depending on
came
how
from.
big and full your box is of cereal, it's like how high the number is.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. It's a bowl of cereal.
I totally
actually.
get it. Now. Yeah.
I think that's actually where anonymous came from, like the hacker group.
Are you being super serial right now?
I'm being super serial. That's where I think it came. I don't know if that's true or not. Fact check that, please. Hashtag look it up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anything else you guys got about the whole free speech in the dark web or whatever the hell we keep talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, don't go to 4chan if you don't want to have your eyes bleached. It's fucking, like, you can, Jesus Christ.
I mean, dude, there's plenty of shit out there. It's like, why do you even need to look up half that crap? I mean, I'm not saying to take it away. I'm just saying, like, I don't even.
Like, some of them are not bad. There's actually
Pornhub's good enough for
good
me.
communities on there, but like, yeah,
I
Jesus
can
Christ.
enough weird shit on Pornhub.
That's what I'm saying. You want to see some weird shit, guys? I only know that because I only know that
horses and shit, dude. Then you want to go into 4chan.
Yeah,
it's like, wow.
but you can't say poop on there. So
Nugget porn.
it's pretty crazy.
Cakefarts.com.
Yeah, I only know about Pornhub because of our show. But other than that, I've only been on there a few times.
Oh, you're a stand-up gentleman.
Sure.
Look at that. Well, you know who's not a stand-up gentleman?
Santa?
That's right.
Yep.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Got a little hammered on the eggnog.
I'm in a mood.
It's my time of the year. 1,
It's my time.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Santa needs to relieve himself.
What are you doing?
All those
You're just
boys
pissing.
and girls.
It feels like it's it feels like it may be staged just because look at the door.
Like Reno 911.
Like how is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's still funny
It
as
almost
fuck.
seems like it is a bit
Yeah.
from that.
But wouldn't that be awesome
Yeah.
if there were like a British Reno 911? It'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
See this car get fucking blown up here? Just real quick.
All right.
Boom! Jeez. That was a rough one.
Hit the fucking
Why,
song.
dude, the hotkeys are not working for some reason.
Yeah.
Like it's
All right. Well, anyways, there's that. All right, what do we got next? I thought we had one more thing.
yeah, we do actually before we get into like the whole
other
the rest of the stuff.
yeah.
So, wanted to bring up these allegations that Cardi B I guess this new video resurfaced. It's about 3 years old of her admitting that she used to lure men back to her. Well, I guess not lure, but proposition men for sex, or they proposition her, whatever.
Lure just sounded cooler.
Yeah. Anyway, she drugged them and robbed them. And what's happening is, I'm just gonna play the video because these people are just patting her on the fucking back for coming out with it. And I just have a feeling that if this was any other person, maybe a male, that it would be a little
exactly
different.
What
But
I
I
was
mean-
gonna say, like a man.
But I mean, that's not girl power. This is girl power.
Well, you know.
Like this is giving a taste of real medicine, girls.
Yeah.
Sachet.
Fucking horse shit's
This is
what it
bullshit.
is. Yeah, so check it out.
A stripper in the Maroon 5 song Girls Like You, and now she's defending herself after making a shocking admission about what she used to do to survive in the entertainment industry. Melissa, there's some pretty serious crimes here.
Inner city.
Well, I mean, crimes, you could say that, but these aren't crimes that she necessarily was prosecuted for or went to court for. This is just an admission.
But were they
on her
crimes?
part. Yeah, really. Good morning to you, Elizabeth. Cardi B has admitted that she used to drug and rob men when she was a stripper. This all comes from an Instagram live video that has resurfaced from about 3 years ago. So in this video, she rants on about how she would trick men into coming back to hotels with her and then steal from them. She released a lengthy response on Twitter saying that she made those choices because she had limited options. She also says, quote, "I never claimed to be perfect or come from a perfect world with a perfect past." Now, this has started the hashtag Surviving Cardi B. That's a reference to the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries about his allegations of sexual abuse. Cardi then said she was taking a break from Twitter. Lots of
Did she
people
pee on
having
the
lots
people
of
too?
opinions, as always,
Yeah, I'd take a
Elizabeth,
break
about
from Twitter after that shit.
what she's saying here and about this resurfaced video. What I will say is that a number of people are jumping to her defense and saying, hey, she owned up to it. She's not shying away from it.
Right, yeah.
Are
she
you
admitted it
fucking
to
out
her.
of your mind?
Melissa Mills, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. She only drugged people and robbed them. It's
Oh,
like,
God,
yeah.
stop. Jesus, fuck.
It's like really. Yeah.
I can't, so
For every dollar a man earns,
who the fuck,
woman
and like in the
makes
right,
about
why is this
80
thing
cents.
doing this?
I don't know.
This is just giving me the worst time
you're,
today.
you're having some issues. There you go. All right.
I can't believe, like, in what fucking world are people like defending that? Now I understand why is she not in jail? Probably because nobody came forward and said this
Yeah,
happened to me.
yeah,
right.
right.
There's no victim
Yeah.
that is
didn't want
that
their-
they can name.
They don't want their wives to find out.
Yeah, like
Honestly,
honestly,
That's probably why, right?
like what dude is gonna be like, hey babe, I was at the strip club and this,
And then I went back to a hotel with the stripper. And
Remember when you were out,
Yeah.
for the weekend with your
I
homegirls?
didn't misplace my wallet. It was
and-
taken.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
but still, I mean, as a dude, how dumb
She's
do you
like
have to be?
the Liam Neeson of taking wallets. So.
I just can't. It's
But still, as a dude, how dumb do you have to be like, you know what, the stripper's gonna fucking out of
There's
all
a
the
lot
dudes,
of dumb dudes, bro.
out of all the dudes, she's gonna be like, you know what, the stripper likes me, dude. Strippers like dollar bills.
Yeah.
That's all they want.
Well, I would go out there on a limb and assume that it was already supposed to be a prostitution situation, and then she drugged him and then just got the money and left, not having to
true.
do what she had to do. So I'm assuming that. I mean, what else are you gonna do if you're
That's
going back
true.
to a hotel room with?
Well,
a
so
fucking-
here's the thing. Here's the video. This is exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the video. We'll go ahead and just play it for you here. I fixed the fucking keyboard.
But
by the way.
dude,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
watch this. So watch this. This is the admission video.
Cardi B is defending herself against an old video that surfaced online where she claims she drugged and robbed men.
I had to go straight. I had to go, oh yeah, you wanna me? Yeah. Let's go to this hotel. And I drug up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do.
In a statement on Twitter, Cardi B
Like she
claims the
bragging?
video
Yeah,
is
like-
3 years old. She said she was speaking about actions that, quote, right or wrong that I felt I needed to do to make a
don't know
living.
if she was bragging.
At
I
the
think it's
time,
more
she
like
was
trying to
working
prove
as
that
a
she's so
stripper.
street or something. It's
She
kind
She
of
doesn't
you know,
deny the
kind of
claims
bragging
she
in a
made
sense,
live
but
video,
I'm not sure.
Says, quote, the
Trying to get
men
that
I
street
spoke
cred.
about
She was
were
definitely-
men
Look
I
at-
dated
men I
that were
dated?
conscious, willing, and aware.
So then
How were they
Cardi
willing?
added, "I'm
How is
not
it robbery,
proud of it and feel
then?
the responsibility not to glorify
Yeah,
it.
they
I
were
would
conscious
like
and aware. How are they
to
conscious
rise
and aware
from
when they
that,
were
but
drugged
so
and you
many
stole their
women have
shit?
not. But social media
It's like
was
double
not
speak
so
bullshit,
quick to
dude.
forgive.
What the
hashtag
fuck?
Surviving Cardi B is trending.
That
a
shit's
play on the
hilarious.
It's
title
trending.
of the docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. Some compared her to Bill Cosby, who is serving
Well,
a
she did drug
10-year
him.
prison sentence for drugging and sexually assaulting a woman.
I get raw chills, 10 different looks, and my looks so cute.
Cardi B also said she wants to be a better version of herself, adding,
better ver-
I have a past that I can't change. We all did.
Yeah, that's fine. But okay,
Yeah.
that's
I
all
feel
good.
like what she's doing is just more or less saying, "Oh, I did bad things," real quick, and then glossing over that and just saying how street she was and all that, and had to survive. It's the system's fault, whatever the fuck, and that's kind of what she's focusing on instead of being like, "Dude, I am truly sorry. I really did this. I was trying to survive, and it was horrible. I'm gonna try to make amends for this and bring awareness to this." Or like, you know what I mean? Like some people when they get caught or they admit to something, they try to do, you know, like help out or do something about it. It doesn't sound like she's doing that. It
Start a
sounds like-
fucking fundraiser.
yeah,
Jesus
try
Christ.
to change shit around and bring awareness to different things of like, why was that situation happening?
I just don't know, like, why I haven't heard about this. You know what I mean?
3 years ago it happened and they all covered it up.
I'm just saying, if
know?
this was a guy, don't you think it'd be
Oh,
fucking
it'd be everywhere.
well, it's not
It'd
me
be all
too.
over. It's what?
It's not me too.
Oh, no.
It's him too, and nobody cares about him too.
I mean, it's like I hate to. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's as far as I'm gonna go with that.
Sure.
But I mean, that's my opinion. If it was a dude, I mean, look, fuck R. Kelly. As soon as his second or the most recent allegations came up, everybody fucking knows about it. It's all over everywhere. Hashtag fucking surviving R. Kelly, straight up.
I mean, it's one of those things where you hate to fucking say that stuff if it was a man or whatever, but, like, we could also talk about, well, I'll just bring it up real fast. But, like, there was that one little boy that they were dressing in drag and stuff and bringing him into strip clubs with nudity, and he was, like, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And if that was a little girl, that would be, like, it was already blasted. It was, like, there was attention brought to that.
Yeah.
But I believe if there was a
Desmond-
little girl, it would have
Desmond-
been way crazier.
Desmond is amazing. That's what it was.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, but
You-
still, but even then, I mean, it's a kid in a gay
Oh, absolutely.
strip club.
But I'm saying that because it was a boy, they made it less of a big deal. I think if it was a little girl, I think people would be like throwing a shit fit.
But it's the same thing.
It is the same thing. I agree with that, but I think people would be throwing a fit, just like this. It's the same thing as the whole what do they say? Bill Cosby. It's like
Yeah.
the same kind of thing.
And I guess they did do the surviving Cardi B hashtag too, but I think that was kind of a parody.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's obviously like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever.
The whole thing's a shit show.
I hate all that fucking Hollywood nonsense bullshit. Anyways,
I do too.
music.
Why did we even bring... I probably shouldn't have fuck... Well, but I mean, that's like, that has to do with like equality and shit, so I wanted to bring that up.
It's good to talk about for a second, but I hate it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, let's move
I'm not
on.
into
then.
that shit. It's fucking stupid.
So
like-
Santa Bean, that was fucking funny.
Hey, this total retard person that sings is fucking up shit. Like,
Yeah, apparently
it happens all the
like,
time.
I've never listened to her, but like I've heard people just be like, she is like the worst excuse for an artist that is out there.
I don't
And-
know anything about her.
And like every woman I've ever mentioned Cardi B to is like, that's my girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you
Like-
have any experience with this? I don't know anything about this at all. Like, zero. I didn't even know. I didn't
I'm
know.
black? Because I'm black, you got to know.
First off, he was saying it.
I know. But honestly, I
redirected at me.
I just like, no. I meant he was talking about it, so he knows. Therefore, he's white.
Honestly, I know jack shit about. I mean, she used to be a stripper.
Yeah.
And
And that's about it.
she makes.
You don't know anything about you don't like
She
hear
makes
anyone
shit-
say anything about it.
she
I
makes
don't.
shitty
I've never even
music
heard about it.
that women love, and it's like, why do you like this music and it's so bad? And because no, it's fucking whack.
Yeah, I don't know. I listen to punk rock, so I don't really listen to.
Like honestly, I
Yeah.
mean,
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I've never even heard of her.
I guess
taking
I
it
have
back
homework
classic.
to do.
If DeBrat were still around, Cardi B would not be able to hold DeBrat sports bra. That's a fact. Remember how DeBrat back in the 90s?
She was pretty legit, man.
She
See, I
could
remember
rap.
rapping hip hop and stuff back then, but all the new shit
when it was real. All this
Yeah.
shit nowadays is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard that that chick from San Jose, Snow the Product?
Nope.
Dude, she's fucking pretty legit. I'll show you guys that later.
Yeah. I have no idea.
But yeah, she's fucking cool.
I don't know anything about none of this stuff. I don't know what you kids listen to.
Yeah.
You young whippersnappers.
Well, do you guys want to see Mike Lee troll the fuck out of some people in with the house floor? Because this shit was
I think
hilarious.
so.
This was great.
Yeah, so this is a video of a gentleman named Mike Lee, and he is giving his opinion on how...
He's Bruce Lee's brother, just so you guys know.
Yeah. He's giving his opinion on the Green New Deal. So we'll see
This is, of course, a picture of former President Ronald Reagan naturally firing a machine gun while riding on the back of a dinosaur.
So this is fucking hilarious.
I'm
An RPG.
not immediately afraid of what the Green New Deal
I don't know why it's
would
doing
do
that.
to our economy and our government. After all, this isn't going to pass. I'm mostly afraid of not being able to get through this speech with a straight face. Velociraptor
So he's basically
holding up
trolling the Green
a
New Deal.
tattered
Yeah, oh yeah.
American flag.
Hard.
This image has as much to do with overcoming communism in the 20th century as the Green New Deal has to do with overcoming
just drew
climate
lines.
change in the 21st.
Right?
There isn't
Yeah,
a
seems like
single
Not at all.
serious
Yeah.
idea here. The Green New Deal calls essentially for the elimination of airplanes. In a future without air travel,
And cows,
how are
too.
we supposed to get around the
Yeah, he
vast
goes over that.
expanses of, say, Alaska during the winter? Well, I'll tell you how. Tauntauns, Mr. President. This is a beloved species of reptomammals, native to the ice planet of Hoth. Now, while perhaps not as efficient in some ways as airplanes or as snowmobiles, these hairy bipedal species of space lizards offer their own unique benefits. Not only are tauntauns
There's a
carbon
blonde chick
neutral,
on the left.
Yeah.
but according to a report a long time ago and issued far, far away, they may even be fully recyclable and usable for their warmth, especially on a cold night.
Oh, this guy is fucking gold.
Shelter up.
No, all residents of Hawaii would be left with is this. This is a picture of Aquaman, a superhero from the undersea kingdom of Atlantis, and, but notably here, a founding member of the Super Friends.
Galloping guppies, a plastic bag.
Over the state work period last week, I visited some farms to find out for myself what Utah's own
Those are the cows?
bovine community might
Yeah, those are
think
cows.
of the Green New Deal. Every cow I spoke to said the same thing. Boo. Green New Deal is not a
boo.
serious policy document because it's not a policy document at all. It is,
says
in
here.
fact, an aesthetic one. The resolution is not an agenda of solutions. It's a token of elite tribal identity, and endorsing it a public act of piety for the chic and woke. And on those embarrassing terms, it is already a resounding success.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, he spent some time on that one. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be, but I mean, we did watch a little bit of that before, but it was fucking well thought out.
Dude,
like,
to have someone, to have that like be in an actual political debate, it's like, are you fucking out of your,
or whatever it was on?
Oh my God.
That's cool.
That's fucking
I
great.
like it. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm going to play this video here just because this is, I'm just going to tell them what it is. That way they don't have to watch if they want to. This is a deer being hit by a race car. It's a very old video that's been on the internet, but it appears, it happens fast, that this deer just flies away and just never comes back and is never seen from again.
Suck it up and watch it.
Watch this shit.
It's cool.
I don't know why it's so funny to me.
Boing! Oh, because he ramped off of it.
God,
look. Oh my God! He just like gets stuck in the tree.
It never comes back.
He's just in the tree, bro. Wow. Yeah, this is old. I never see that.
Oh my God.
That's cool.
It's so funny to me. I don't know why.
You are a sick fucking person.
I know. I know. I'm not proud that I like that.
I'm not denying that.
I'm not proud that I like that.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, so now the next thing we're gonna watch, just God, dude, just late.
Yeah.
The next one we're gonna watch here is so not only this is just another government agency that we can't trust, folks.
Santa Claus isn't the only one.
It's firefighters.
Yep.
Firefighters.
What are these guys doing?
You're supposed to be saving them.
They're really good at walking backwards too. I mean, they must train for hours on that.
There you go.
Yeah, put them
There
back
you
in.
go.
Yeah.
Get up there. So obviously this is a joke. This is being played backwards.
Why is this on the news? You know what I mean? Look at this. These poor kids. It's disgusting.
I just hope at some point in time this is not used to like fire departments are racist. Look at them they're putting black people back into fires.
All the firefighters were white.
They're racist. You can't trust anyone nowadays.
Dude, that's crazy, dude.
Oh,
that's funny as fuck.
I found that on the internet the other day, and I was like, okay, I got to show this to the guys because this is like, it's just too good. I like how they played the audio correctly.
Yeah,
but the video
normal
backwards.
speed. Right? Yeah, that's
so
cool.
good. Cool. All right, well, we're gonna take a quick little break, and we'll come back with the second half.
I'm Johnny Doe, and today we're going to be talking about the social justice warriors and how they were coward-ass bullies. All these social justice warriors, all this is about is control. That's all they want to do. They only want to control you. Why do you want to pick on everyone? Why do you want to control everyone? But ultimately, they just want to be bullies. I understand why you think you know what's best for me or what's best for whoever is making a statement or making a movie or making drawing a comic book. Why do you want to control what everyone's doing, what they sing, what they say? It's insane. You guys are control freaks, and how dare you try to tell everyone how to live? Freedom is not always pretty. And without freedom of speech, without being able to communicate and articulate different ideas and try to spread that word of whatever it is that you believe, without that, what do we have? We don't have freedom. We don't have anything else without spreading knowledge or ideas. We have nothing. So we all need to just stand up and not take the shit any longer. Don't let them bully you into a corner. A comedian is there to entertain you. I mean, that is completely ridiculous when you're watching entertainment and you get so triggered and so bent out of shape that they said something about whatever it is that doesn't fit your fancy. Like, that's ridiculous. If you're that weak that words hurt you and you can't understand when people are joking, or if it is a different idea, if it is something that you don't agree with, racism, sexism, whatever it is, get over it. It's just fucking words. It's not a big deal. I see how it is. So you guys got to hide behind guns. You got to use the government to protect you. Why do you want to force people by the end of a barrel of a gun? That's what you guys are saying. When you guys want to implement law and controlling the population for your gender identification or for whatever your feel-good motive is of the day, of the hour, you're basically what you're saying is that you want force to be initiated upon others because of words. Think about that for a second. Get your emotions out of your decision-making process. It's not that hard. Use reason, logic, evidence, facts, science, like we always say on the show. Use your fucking brain. Activate your brain and stop thinking with your emotions. So really, just take a look at yourself in the mirror and try to understand, why do you feel like you need to bully everyone and control everyone? Get a fucking life.
All right, folks, we are back. Second half, episode 31. We're going to go and kick it off with a little bit of shout-outs.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I wanted to say happy birthday to our buddy Richard. I haven't seen that guy in a while, and I shot him a text a little bit earlier.
Yeah, got I want to say, I'm not going to throw him under the bus too bad, but yeah, we got a little drunk over at the command bunker 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I've never seen him that drunk. We'll leave it at that.
I'm so sad that I missed that because he is like
our boys. Shout out to John. He had some video of that.
Dude. So I'm just gonna go out and say it that I've only seen Richard hammered like just a handful of times. I'm gonna say one or two maybe where he's gotten actually drunk, but he's the happiest.
Oh yeah,
the happiest
totally
drunk
the
I've
happiest
ever.
drunk
Like
ever.
he's like he is just a joy to get drunk with. Like, absolutely,
just a pleasure to be hammered around.
Utter delight.
Like, you know, some people, like, depending on what they're drinking or how much they drink, like, they tend to either go one way or the other. It's like the I love you man, or they get just angry and want to fight people.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like,
kind.
no, Richard, he's just a joy to be around.
Yeah, and gravity's weird.
Yeah, gravity's a very strange thing.
Love you. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday. Give a shout out to Valerie, Chase, Ashley, Misty, and Todd. All the people that I know, I guess, regularly watch the show there.
Yeah. Steven John.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to Kenny.
Shout out to fucking
Sugar Bear.
Just so the freedom fighters understand at home, we don't even know what's going on here. So we love you and miss you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. You got any shout outs?
Wife, love you. Let me come here. Son, love you. Let me come here. Other than that, you're all a bunch of assholes.
Everyone else,
Yeah.
Shout out to Michael.
Yes, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Michael.
That was very Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I swear to God, you're the only guy I know who makes an AK look like it's a fucking
like a Barrett.
Yeah. Elephant gun.
like it's a Breen gun from Lock Stock.
Shout out to
it's
Michael.
me Breen gun. It's like that thing's a anti-aircraft gun. Aircraft gun.
I like aircock gun. Whatever.
Aircock gun.
Yeah, whatever you just said.
It could be that.
Yeah, so I couldn't let that one slide.
Yeah.
Aircock gun.
So,
Aircock.
So shout out to Mike.
Because you have to cock it still, right?
That makes sense. The first thing we're going to get into the second half here was this. Okay, it was something that got fucking. It just went off the rails. It was basically this child had a fucking fever. Okay, now the doctor that the parents took the toddler to, it was a toddler, said take your baby to the emergency room. The parents did not because the fever broke, and so the doctor decided to use CPS to get the child from the parents. Now here's where everything gets kind of fucky. I'm gonna play the video because you guys will.
Yeah, they'll give you all the details.
It's gonna give you, I don't want to be redundant here, so here it is. Let me maximize that real quick.
Yeah. You want more government, you get more government. This is what pretty much what it is.
Raiding a home in Arizona. Their target, a 2-year-old child. At the heart of the raid, a battle between the child's parents and a doctor worried about the 2-year-old. Now, some local lawmakers fear the police went too far.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
It's
you
the
think?
type of scene you'd expect police to use to take down a fugitive. Busting down a door, guns drawn. But instead of a fugitive, police are looking for a 2-year-old.
They could have hurt the
believed to
kid
have an
even with the
extremely
door.
high
You know what I
fever.
mean?
State Representative Kelly Townsend says she's troubled by the video. She's played a
Yeah,
big
they-
role in getting legislation
Holy
passed
shit.
requiring children's
Yeah,
services
she's the one who-
to
she's
get
the
a
one who kinda
search
breaks it
warrant
down.
before removing children from a home in a non-emergency situation. But she says she never thought this would be the result.
The doctor chose to use DCS to remove the child, and DCS chose to use the police, and the police chose to use the SWAT team. And that is not the country that I recognize.
Right?
Townsend
That's
says
freaking
this all started back
Holy
in
fuck.
February when the
That
parents
really got out of
of
hand
who
fast.
is not vaccinated to a doctor for a fever
I mean,
of
bad
about
enough having like
105.
uniform
The
officers
doctor
come in.
instructed
You know what I
the
mean?
parents
But
to
like,
take them out to the emergency room.
fucking
But after
tactical
the doctor's
shield
visit,
and
the
fucking
Thomas
guns
fever
drawn
broke.
and like.
So
Well, it's like
they
a
never
no-knock
went.
riot.
Right, yeah,
Or a
raid,
no-knock
yeah.
raid.
Went to the
Yeah,
emergency
kicking in their
room.
door.
The doctor called Department of
What did we
Children's
do? Well, your
Services,
son had
which then
102
called Chandler
temperature.
Police to check on
Oh.
the child. The father refused to let police into the home. Later that night, police came
Like
back
you
with
do.
a search warrant.
At that point,
Look at this
who
fucking
now
putz. He didn't even have his gun out. Like, I'm sorry. If
control
you're
the
gonna fucking
child?
breach a building.
If you're
breach
gonna
a
be an
fucking building.
asshole, be an
Yeah,
asshole.
Come on.
Do it right.
Now to the doctor.
Fucking get that gun up.
What?
What?
I don't understand. Why are they got their guns drawn like that? Like, I don't even understand. And the whole situation's like, really?
Townsend says
Like,
she's
really?
seen both sides of
Was
the
that even a
story.
SWAT team? I didn't see a fucking
And
plate
protected
carrier
parents.
or a
But she's
fucking
questioning
a
how it was
rifle.
done
But the thing
and
is,
the
it's like,
amount
dude,
of
you're sitting
force
there with
used.
Yeah, they got.
Are
they
those
got,
PCs or those
yeah,
just
well,
load-bearing
it's like
vests?
kind of like where they just throw their rig on,
There
kind
is
of thing.
neglect,
They're
but
not like
there
full
is
kit.
But I mean, was
abuse, and
this-
that's what we need to focus on.
Clearly, it
Called where you
escalated
needed
into
to
that
use
situation.
No,
The
fuck
police
no.
services
But-
say
you
they
needed to
cannot
get all
comment.
vest up and no, fuck you. And
Now,
I mean,
I will add one little thing to this. We don't know what happened when the cops came the first time. We don't know if he was threatening them and all that, but it doesn't sound like it because they would. I would think they would report that part of it.
they would have used that right then and there to say, you know what, we're going to get the SWAT team, and they would have
Right.
escalated it beyond what it needed to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they weren't even like full kitted up like you were saying, Jamie. They didn't have
Yeah.
their helmets or long guns.
Exactly. I mean,
But they had the shield, and
they didn't even get
fucked up.
their fucking trunk guns out.
Right.
Like they didn't. It's like, come on. Like, what? Okay, was it really a SWAT team? First of all, like, let's just. This could be just the media fucking blowing that way out of proportion. But I mean, hey, what if it was
Nonetheless, the tactics that were used is what we are disgusted with because that's just insane.
overkill?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Yeah. To get a kid, they didn't even. So if
That
they,
might still have a fever
that-
too.
yeah,
they don't know if
they-
the fever broke or anything.
I can't understand the justification behind that. Why? I'm upset about it. Like, I'm fucking genuinely upset about it.
Well, it's a police state. That's what we live
Well,
in.
yeah.
I mean, dude, if you have the resources, why not use them?
We're fucking paying
I
for
feel
it
like
already,
that's what
aren't we?
that's the way they look at it, man.
That's the way they look at it. I mean, fuck it, dude. I mean, I've literally been into, like, sheriff state, you know, like, where they do the maintenance on the cop cars and all that other stuff. And I've asked them, like, hey, dude, you guys got a spare seat laying there. You know, can I have it? And the guy told me, he goes, dude, no, dude. They're going to leave it there for another few months. They're going to throw it away when they could have made money off of it. Dude, the state, I mean, dude, your state, your city, your county, it needs to be audited because, dude, they have a lot of shit
All
they
government.
don't,
Yeah.
they don't need. Trust me. I mean, there's a city
Well,
over
and then
here-
they do the markups too. Like
Oh,
on the everything's always like 20 times
Oh,
more
yeah.
than what it cost.
But, dude, I mean, there's no way that our city over here needs 4 of those, like, APCs.
The Bearcats or
Yeah,
whatever.
the Bearcat, like literally.
They are fucking cool, though.
No, yeah.
Oh, they're
I'll say
cool as
that.
fuck, dude. But, dude, do you?
But
really
come
need 4 of
on.
them?
Come on now.
Jesus
I want that
Christ.
shield too.
Yeah, fuck.
Hell yeah, I want one of those shields.
But I ain't gonna kick it in someone's door because their kid has a fucking fever. Get the fuck out of here. Trying to
Yeah.
protect a kid, but yet you're putting the kid in a bigger harm. You know,
Yeah,
in a bigger
it's-
threat situation.
It's the whole. I think it's the whole de-escalation of force thing. Like they have that stupid fucking protocol that they follow.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's part of it, and then the whole just the militarization of cops, and they think that they're the government. All thinks that they're above everyone else. Like they have this magical power and right above everyone else. That they like us as individuals have a certain amount of what we can do. They have a whole nother thing. It's like why? Like who's giving them that? God? Who? I mean, who exactly is this? You know what I mean? Like magical power that's granting them all these rights. That if they did what I mean, if a civilian did that, like what would happen? You'd have all the cops out there
yeah,
shooting
you'd be,
everyone.
You'd be in fucking jail.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Or
we can't,
dead.
Yeah, we can't do anything like that. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Just watching that is just kind of like, wow.
So that was, to me, that was a blatant home invasion by police, to which if you were to fire back, you would be killed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Say you got them all. Say you strapped up and you got all those guys. Now you're fucking going to go to jail for the rest of your life.
Or killed.
Or be killed.
On site, yeah.
Because
More
you
like
defended
that.
your property. And this is some fucking 3%er shit, dude. Straight up.
But wasn't there that guy that actually the SWAT team did come in on a no-knock raid?
It was a no-knock raid, yeah.
And then he did fire on them and killed one of them, and he won the case?
Yeah, it was like killed 1 and injured 5 or something like that, and he won the case, yeah.
Explain to me what a no-knock raid is then. I mean, obviously...
Literally no knock, and they don't
like.
announce themselves, basically.
Like,
and they breach.
Like, I've so they knew that we left the house and everything. So it's like, dude, no knock raid, dude. They just come in.
They staked it out.
Yeah, guns blazing, dude. They were literally watching us for weeks.
Jesus.
No, really, dude. Because I would say it's like, hey, dude, there's somebody following us there. No, it's not. It's like, dude, watch that van right there. It's gonna come out of nowhere and it's gonna follow us to. And sure enough, it would.
What the fuck, dude?
Police state, man.
Should have fucking went over there, had a conversation with them.
Guys want some donuts and coffee?
Like, what the
you
fuck?
guys want some cookies?
Fuck. What was that? What's the Goodfellas? When the cops are following Robert De Niro and they're at the diner or whatever, and the cops all fall asleep in their car outside. Hey, come on, wake up! Like, come on, let's go.
That?
Let's go, assholes!
Come
like,
on, you gotta earn your money.
Yeah.
Huh? Come on, follow me.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was good. All right. Well, speaking of government agencies, we got another one for you guys. We're going to talk about the DEA here. This all right. It's funny. I'm just going to play it because it's fucking pretty ridiculous. And here you go.
People to burn thousands of pounds of marijuana. That is an actual job posting by the Drug Enforcement Agency. It is a summer job right here in Houston, but you do need to pass a criminal background check. The story, one of the top clicks on our website. The DEA looking for a contractor that can help them incinerate drugs that have been confiscated. It includes not just weed, but pills and other controlled substances. How many jokes can we tell here?
Is Snoop Dogg available?
Stop. Cheech and Chong available? Just so you know, the DEA will hire a contractor with cameras to be sure the drugs are properly disposed of.
That is key.
Man, Big Pharma sure is paying big money for this one, huh?
Yeah, me and Jamie were kind of talking about this. It's like, why does the DEA want to pay someone to do it? Why don't they have just an incinerator? Like, it can't be that. Like, if that's their job to destroy that stuff, like, why? And we've seen them multiple times in fields burning shit, too. Like I don't understand why they got to contract this
Go
out.
to a crematorium.
Yeah.
Like, what the I mean, come on. Like, that's what they do there. They burn shit.
And then they're going to pay to set up cameras. And it's like, what the fuck? Taxation is theft.
Yeah, dude. And that's a fucking horrible waste of money. Like, it's not.
Right.
Why don't you just take it to a state that's where it's legal and just give it away? Fuck them.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Just
or
weed.
sell it low so you cover the cost of transporting it.
Dude, they legit could sell it and people would buy it. Government weed, straight up. That's what we're about here at Grim 86. None of us even smoke weed.
Nope.
I don't know. I just think, but it's about freedom. It's not about like it's about being able to do what the fuck you want.
Maybe that was Chris's new job. Shout out to Chris.
He's working for the DEA.
Fucking narc.
Disposing of weed.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, it's one of those. It's like the last story. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like government controlling things, and I don't understand like how people just don't fucking throw a shit fit about all these things.
So I'm paying the government to pay a person to burn a plant.
Hmm?
Makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, and to hook up a bunch of cameras and film them, and yeah, it's like.
So how many jobs?
You better not be having fun with that plant,
right? I mean, you could probably just have an officer standing by watching them do it.
But how many jobs? Because you got to have a guy come in. You got a guy, we got to buy the cameras, and you got to ship the cameras, and we got to unpackage the cameras, and we got to set up
That's
the
a
cameras.
good point. I'm sure they bought all new shit for that.
Well,
too.
they did say that they're going to hire a contractor with cameras, so maybe you have to supply the cameras.
I thought it sounded like they said they were going to set them up.
He said contractor with cameras. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
I think it's probably
pretty fucking expensive, and this guy's not just gonna fucking.
Hey, we got a camera.
We'll film it.
I'm just saying.
We'll film
And then talk about government waste the whole
This,
time.
this money could go right back into the podcast,
Right? Yeah. Fuck, dude. Yeah.
Could you imagine just burn it in this room? Like we're all just fucking
Help us help you,
we're all
government.
we're all just blasted. Hey, you guys.
It's all secondhand, bro.
Do you guys want to order a couple of pizzas?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Here at the Grim 86, we're all about freedom first, man.
I want 30 Jack in the Box tacos right now.
Oh shit, that's only like $15.
I had a few. Jack in the Box tacos the other day. They're the most
dick
weird.
down some tacos?
Yeah, I didn't dick them down though this time.
No, all right.
So speaking of that, what kind of food do you guys not like that you should like? Like everyone tells you, kind of like, hey, you should totally like this. You know what I mean? Like, do you have a?
I'm not a fan of some seafoods.
Okay, so like a couple examples if you can.
Crab. Not a big fan of crab.
See, I would be one of those people like, bro, you should totally like that.
Really?
Yeah, I would. I understand. That
I'm
you
down
know.
to try it again. It's just one of those things I'm afraid to order it for a meal.
You know the
and then not
sketch
want to
thing
eat my
about
meal.
the sketch thing about seafood though is like half the time it's like fishy and crappy, and then half the time it's like bomb. So you don't know, at least in my experience.
It's all buttery and garlicky.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, okay, so I don't know.
Lobster, I can do. The last time I had lobster, I really enjoyed it. I don't like mussels. Like I can't.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah. So like oysters, you know what I mean? Like I won't do oysters.
Yeah, the shell type.
Yeah,
shellfish.
Fucking shell. Like I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. Crawdads?
Do you know where oysters go to get their gasoline?
God damn it.
Shell.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that.
You already knew. It was like, yeah, I know where this is going.
I'm already disappointed for the next one.
I didn't do one yet today, so
I know you had to get one.
Yeah,
in.
I gotta get one.
You had to get one in.
Yeah. Any other kind of seafood or what about like shrimp and stuff?
So I love shrimp. I can do shrimp. I
feel like most people.
anytime.
Yeah, I feel like most people that don't like seafood usually.
Well, see,
like,
so
shrimp's
I'll
cool.
do sushi. I can do stuff like a California roll, or whatever. But when you do the sashimi over the top, or whatever, what's like a slab of raw
the real
no.
sushi.
Not a big fan of that.
Yeah. I like it.
I can do pretty much any sushi that's deep fried though.
Okay.
You can take a roll that has a bunch of raw shit in it, and you just deep fry it. I'll eat it. I don't give a fuck.
Well, it's cooked at that point.
Yeah. No, I know.
He doesn't like the raw stuff.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
get
it.
it.
Can't do the raw.
I mean, dude, I've had the raw stuff, and it's the taste is like, oh, okay, this tastes.
Now
good.
I'll say with sushi, I've been to Japantown in San Francisco. That's on a whole nother level than what we're used to around here. Just letting you guys know, like it's a whole nother like experience.
Is
It's
it-
like
is it awesome?
Oh yeah, you don't get that fishy weird kind of.
Well, because
nastiness.
I've tried it, here, and like I've been to some of the
yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
the better one in
Yeah,
town.
it's
you know
better.
What I mean?
I know which one you're talking about.
But I mean, dude, fuck, I just love their deep fries. They got one that's named after our town, and it's
Yeah, I know which one. I've had that one. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that's cool. Any others?
That's like the one that comes top of my
The
head.
main one that pops in your
Yeah.
mind. Aaron.
Other than menudo.
Oh, you're not a fan of that? No.
No.
Other than that, then.
Indian food.
Oh, so a whole line of
Like a
dishes,
whole,
yeah.
like a
Cuisine.
whole just cuisine.
Yeah.
It's like, you should try this. I mean, maybe I've had some before and not known it. Like,
And
yeah,
you-
this is good. Yeah, but I mean,
But what you're thinking in your head is like the stuff is like
the straight up like curry. Like the hardcore. Oh, you could smell the curry. All in there, and it's like, nah, I'm cool, man.
I've never had Indian food. I don't think. I feel like I have a hard time trying new foods, but I mean, I like American food. I like Mexican food. I like Italian food. That's like those are my three food groups right there.
Yeah, I would say that curry. So I've had like the English curries and things like that when they do like curries and chips, which is like on fries and stuff. Fucking bomb. Had that hella good. But I don't know if I've had like really really authentic Indian food, so I couldn't tell you. I've had like Chinese curry and stuff like that. I think it's good, but I haven't had like the legit real stuff. Or Thai, I've had some of that, but I've never had any.
Yeah, I've had Thai food before. Thai food is really good.
Oh, and Chinese food. I could do Chinese food.
Yeah. Chinese.
Have you had it with the curry on it though? Any of them?
I don't. I've had stuff with curry on it, and I mean, it's just it's a spice. I like spicy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, curry. I got time for curry.
We're all pretty whitewashed here when it comes to curry.
Yeah.
Have you guys had shawarma?
I don't even know what that is.
I know. It's kind of like a falafel, right?
Yeah.
But like it's
like a burrito, like weird. I mean, I've had it once.
It's beef, right? I'll
ago.
eat beef. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I know the sauce. The hot sauce they have is really fucking good on it.
Yeah. So mine. Oh, are you done with that?
Yeah,
okay. So mine is that what I don't like that everyone always like pushes on me all the fucking time is Taco Bell. These fucking guys are always pushing fucking Taco Bell on me. I don't fucking understand it.
I knew that was a fucking setup.
Yeah.
God damn
it. No, I don't know. I don't really care for like more like the condiment stuff. I'm not a big fan of horseradish. I'll eat it. I'm just not a big fan.
Oh, I got time for
and me and
horseradish.
Jamie have talked about tomatoes. We're not a big fan of tomatoes.
I love tomatoes.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what pisses me off
not a
about
big fan.
tomatoes is that I want to like them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to like
Oh
them.
yeah. This is actually a different thing. It's like you want to. Me and you both agree with this.
Dude, I would like. Okay, so my dad makes fucking bruschetta every now and then, and bruschetta is like kind of like an Italian pico de gallo with
It's
no fucking
so
onions,
good,
right?
yeah, it's so
and you
good.
eat it on these little fucking hard breads, and it's fucking amazing, right? I'll fuck with bruschetta if my old man makes it. I'll have like one or two, and then after that, I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to like it's making me upset. But it's one of those things where it's like it's so much. It's like all vinegary and it's all herbal. I don't know. How
Dude.
Anyway,
Dude, I remember when I was like in
It's good.
kindergarten. It was like, you don't like tomato? No, I don't like tomato. And then I had this really hot teacher, and she was like, yeah, you should bring in a tomato for. And I was yeah, cool. And then, we can't really use this for vegetable soup or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, so we should just eat it by itself. Yeah, we should just eat it by itself. And then started liking tomato after that. Which is weird. And now I and now I go to like Burger King and I'm like, hey, you need to double down on those
tomatoes.
Those maters, my nigga. Hey, save the cheese, double down on those maters.
Me and Jamie are over here chucking them like frisbees off our burger.
Double down on those maters.
you can have mine.
You
dude.
know how
You
many
can have
times
mine.
I've done that, dude? Like, fuck, just chucked them just like a frisbee.
And here's the shit thing about not liking tomatoes. So for one, if I have anyone go and get me food, like they're going and I give them my order, I never ask for anything off the burger because that's kind of an asshole move, right?
I agree. Totally.
They're driving. You just fucking pick it off. But I feel like
just make sure it's a cheeseburger, not a goddamn hamburger. That's all I'm saying.
So just put cheese on it. So that's what gets me to my next point is not getting all the stuff that you want. So 50% of the time you ask for something, you either get it anyway or they take a different ingredient off. I've ordered a burger.
There's no patty.
Dude, I've fucking ordered a burger.
You said vegan, right? Like,
no
fucking
tomato.
asshole.
I said no tomato. I get the burger. It says no onion. And there is a tomato in there, and there's no fucking onion. I'm like, I never said onion. I fucking hate you.
Hashtag
5 for 15.
Hashtag $15 an hour.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
You can't even take my goddamn tomatoes off my fucking burger. Leave my fucking onion on there. Like In-N-Out, like I won't even fuck with it. Like I know In-N-Out, I will fuck with. I will say no tomato just because like that one's in there.
Yeah, I was
man.
gonna say they're usually on fucking point over there.
But they get paid a fucking decent wage to give a
and
shit.
They also,
get paid fucking good over
and they
In-N-Out.
also need to work on their fry recipe because
You don't like In-N-Out fries?
no,
Bro.
no garbage.
That's blasphemy.
No, I hate them.
I like In-N-Out fries.
They taste
They're-
like.
they're
Remember when we
alright.
were kids and we had TV dinners?
They
That's
do
what the
not
fries are
taste like microwave fries.
Dude, they remind me of Ruffles. They taste like Ruffles potato chips.
Do
to
they?
me.
I don't
to
think
me.
they do.
I can kind of see that. They have like their they have like a specific taste about
What's
it.
your favorite fry at a fast food restaurant?
Fuck.
Ooh, that's a hard one, huh? I don't even know.
Dude, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm
With
just gonna
or
have to-
without crack?
What?
What? Like McDonald's, they got to put some shit in there.
They're- yeah,
See,
crack.
dude.
Yeah.
They gotta put some
When they're
shit in their fries.
especially when they're fresh, bro. There's
Oh,
like,
dude.
oh my god, for shit fries, they're like the
Yeah.
best.
I really do like McDonald's fries. I'll be honest with you, but I really do like In-N-Out fries though too.
I'm surprised.
For sure.
Yeah, most people that I say that usually they're like,
I also salt the shit out of them.
Yeah,
like I use the whole.
Now don't get me wrong. I order them when I'm there and I eat them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, every time. So it's not like I'm not just ordering fries. So it's like I always am. I just every time I'm like, oh God, man, these are just kind of crappy.
I like them.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you do.
Dude,
somebody's got it.
Yeah, somebody does. Yeah.
Like mom and pop shops, like
oh yeah,
like some random ass, you know, like burger spot in the middle of nowhere. Like we got one down here. You know, what is it? Giant, you know, down the street, Giant Burger. Might have to cut that.
I don't think that's the name of it, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Off of First.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the name of it. I got it.
No,
Now. I'm not going to say it, but
yeah.
You know, those fries are good. Plus, you can get
I've had
tater
them.
tots.
I haven't had
that's
those, but
legit.
yeah.
And you can get tater tots.
Yeah, see, that's like the old school kind of burger joints, right? Because those all had
like the steak fries. The steak
Yeah.
fries where you can get like some nice thick steak fries. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. There's another diner I know that has good fries too, but I can't say. So
Is it
You
local?
better fucking tell me about it later.
I'll tell you about it.
Is it local?
Yeah. It's a chain too, but I'll let you guys know later.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Well, anyway, so none of the we like the shitty McDonald's ones when they're fresh, right?
For sure.
Yeah,
I'm
we
into
all can agree about that. I wouldn't say that they're necessarily the best fry ever, but
Burger King.
I miss the
the crisp cut fries from fucking Carl's Jr. Hardee's. In
oh yeah,
some
I used to
places.
be about those for a minute, dude.
Dude, so that's usually what
I'm
I
kinda
get when
over
I
'em
go
now,
there, but it's kind of like, yeah, fuck, dude. They're
When they're not
they're like crispy on the outside, but then they're fucking
Mush.
raw in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
dude, it's
something.
like,
It's
yeah.
like it's not. They're just not.
Yeah,
my
calling
thing.
them out right now.
Dude.
Remember the fries back in the days that like fucking looked like an accordion?
Oh, the crinkle cut.
Yes.
Oh, crinkle cut
Dude,
fries are fucking
that was the
amazing.
shit. Even back in the day, Carl's had those, dude.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Now you got to buy those in a fucking bag at the grocery
I
store.
think
now.
dinosaurs were extinct by a
Some
few years.
Rita crinkle cuts.
Yeah.
Look that shit up.
Fucking bomb, bro. All right, we got a little sidetracked on the food, but
That's
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. We were gonna talk about toxic relationships, and
Or just toxic people in general, right?
Yeah, and well, yeah. I mean, it's still a relationship, right? Yeah, I guess it's a better way to say it.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what I was gonna say. It's like your relationship between family members, friends, or exes, or current. Could be current who you're with now. We all have had. I'm sure we've all had these stories, but like my little take on it is just definitely something's got to be wrong with people when they really want to project themselves and like push their like I want to say evil ways. I don't know how to say it, but it literally is their toxic like attitude.
It's their negativity.
Yeah, it's just everything is just, and now this could go different ways too. Like this could be like controlling. This could be like gossipy. You know what I mean? Like the quote unquote drama. You know what I mean? How they always want to like inject their problems into your life. I've had a few different ones in the past that would like. You don't even talk to them anymore, and then they want to just keep bringing their crap in. Like you won't talk to them in 6 months, a year, or 2. And then you come and talk to them and everything. Oh, it's good to see you, whatever. You're talking to them. And then they start bringing all their crap into your life immediately. And it's just like, dude, you haven't changed.
It's like,
Like,
wow.
I didn't even remember this crap or even want to know
like,
about this shit.
Okay, that's the part I love because then you're like, oh, that's why we don't talk anymore. Like,
Yeah,
okay, thanks
yeah.
for fucking reminding me.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know. You guys got any kind of, I mean, we're not going to get into obviously super detail.
Yeah.
But, you know, do you guys got any, like, this, I mean, you don't have to say if it's family, friend, or whatever, but like just generically speak about it.
So
we're not trying to throw people under the bus.
Right. I've known people, girlfriends of mine, that are just notoriously bad at picking guys. And they just always get into these, and so like I think I've said this before. Like I do have a lot.
This
of
goes both ways
girlfriends.
too, though. This could be both.
It could be. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This is my experience.
Oh yeah.
And I think I've said this before. I do have a lot of female friends, and I tend to be like the gay friend, even though like I'm not gay, but like they, you know, I am in touch with my emotional side, so you know, fucking people can talk to me about shit that they normally wouldn't talk to other people about, right?
Right.
And like
I'm over here lifting weights, and he's like crying with some.
I'm crying. It's just what I do. I cry at least 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
That's how I keep
cleaning
this
my
figure,
guns
okay?
and doing manly shit.
Yeah.
And he's over here crying
into my beard.
No,
That's just what it is. Just to make it look that much better.
Yeah, sure. Now we all know it's just an act. All right, continue.
Yeah. So basically, I've seen friends, there's multiple friends. I've just had where I've always been the one they say, oh well, these are all the problems I'm having with my relationship. This is what this guy does. This is what this guy does. Blah blah blah. So I've seen it, and it's like if you're so unhappy, why do you stay? Like if you're gonna complain about all this shit to me, then why are you in that relationship?
Yeah, why are you staying in the toxic person is staying in a toxic relationship with another toxic person, and you're never going to get good. You're never going to get better.
It blows me away. And then on the other hand, like I've been in a toxic relationship before, or toxic relationships, right? And it's like it's not so and then I was the one who like stayed, and then that's like when it all kind of like came crashing down. It's like some people, no matter what you tell them, they're never going to learn until they learn for themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of like freedom.
I mean, yeah, it's you're never going to learn until you experience it yourself and you figure it out yourself. Doesn't matter what people tell you. And so I mean, like it kind of came full circle. I've seen it, I've been through it, and it sucks to see other people go through it.
And on that exact note is how many times, and I bet you're going to be like, oh yeah, is like people come and ask you for the advice, and you give it to them, and it's good, rational, because you're not emotional about it.
Yep.
And it's good, valid advice, and anyone else that's heard it is giving them the exact same advice, but they don't fucking listen.
Oh, yeah.
All the time, right?
Yep.
Like 90% of the time. It's fucking crazy. And it's just like I was joking about freedom, but it's the same thing. We're just like explaining a simple concept here, and it's like you don't want to listen and you don't want to, yeah. It kind of reminded me of that.
It sort of is the same
yeah,
shit,
it is.
the
It's
same
just
concept.
like, come on, it's rational. You're thinking here.
Well, I think that the public school system. Okay, is it wrong to steal from people? It is. Okay, then fuck all the shit you're about to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Done. Right? Yeah. Do you got any taxicy?
You're over there like you're about to say some shit.
Yeah,
right now,
he's
dude.
like ready to unload.
I'm just like.
Do you have anything you can?
No.
Yeah. That was a kidding moment, actually.
I'm gonna stay
That was
out of this
literally.
one. I'm gonna stay out of this.
He's
one.
like, nope, and
All right.
pause. All right,
All right.
that's no fucking problem.
Because
yeah,
you know
You're a
what?
smart man. You're a smart man.
I do have negative people in my life, but it's like, you know what? Just
yeah. Well, I mean, it could be people from the past, dude. It doesn't have to be people that
past, present, future.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, no problem. I just always find like a lot of the times too is like when you reconnect with someone, or you like what I was saying earlier, and you start talking to them and stuff, and you're just like, why are you still in this situation? Even if it's with like a new person, like so they were either having drama with their family, or they were having drama with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or they were having drama with friends or whatever. It's like, well, why are you still hanging out with those fuckers? Like
some people. So I've said this, and it's a very controversial remark among a lot of the social groups I hang out with. People love drama. And I'm the only motherfucker that is willing to admit that everyone needs a little drama in their fucking life.
Sure. But we're talking about the difference between drama and literally like years of
But
just crazy.
but they want that.
But no, I mean, what Jamie's saying, people love drama, because I know people for a fact that are like, I don't need drama in my life. I keep that shit out of my life. This,
oh
that,
God, they always
and they
say
are
that.
the worst.
But yet they sit there and they watch reality TV and they watch like bullshit, and it's like you sit there and you say you don't want drama in your life, but yet you have to. It's like
and so I mean, living vicariously through entertainment is one thing,
Sure.
but like I guarantee you, every single person that says shit like that is like, oh my God, you'll never hear what so and so said about me. Oh my God, I can't believe this guy did this. Blah, blah, like
I was just gonna say the next thing you hear is usually, oh yeah, did you hear about such and such?
Fuck.
Like right after they say something like that.
Immediately after, and I'm over here being like,
or I'm not into drama, but.
Yeah, one of those precursors.
And those are the ones that are like, oh, but, don't say anything because I don't need my business out in the streets. Me, personally, I don't care.
I wouldn't have.
Here's
I
an-
just wouldn't have said it. Is
here-
what I would have done.
here's
If you really
another-
didn't want it out in the streets,
And
you
you know,
wouldn't have fucking said anything.
here's another one too. Is that like you guys might relate to this at home too? Is when you start working at a new business and stuff, and you start like at first you're like, oh, they're all cool and whatever, and then you start kind of like confiding in them, and then you find out they tell people whatever.
Oh, yeah.
and and you can't do that. Like I always told like all my friends and all, whoever you're working with, pretty much, especially if it's just like a new place, like you don't even know anyone, just be on guard because you don't know who these people are. They're putting their best face on.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean,
dude.
you don't know who they are.
It's
you got to
so-
feel them out for a while.
I work retail with a bunch of people younger than me. It is like
Oh, yeah.
hands down the clickiest fucking thing I've ever seen. Dude, and the thing is like, oh my god, you hear about so and so, and I'm like, nope, and I don't want to, and I just
Nope.
fucking walk. I'm like, I'm out of there. I just
Nope,
fucking
don't know, don't care.
transcend all of that bullshit.
I had a job a few years ago, the same thing, and it was like everyone was like trying to tell people about whatever. I'm all, if I need to know it, if it's like something that's actually important, like literally such and such marriage just got called off, and I might have to deal with that because I know them, something like that. Okay, I kind of want to know that because it's like I don't want to say something stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, someone's a bachelor party.
Yeah, or if it's some
Jesus.
kind, or like someone stalking someone or something like, and they're threatening their life. I mean, I got to know that. Like, you know, that's something that I feel like is good information. I don't need to know like, oh, such and such said this and such is, you know
Well,
what I
did
mean?
you know Paul in accounting is fucking Eileen?
Someone is like working with those two people
Like,
right
oh
now.
my god, did you know that? And it's like,
It's like,
Did you know that's none of your fucking
Yeah.
business?
Cool. Yeah, whatever.
If you know that there's a Paul and an Eileen fucking in your business, you should go call them out because
Or
that's
film
gonna-
it.
That's going to be funny because it didn't exist.
'Cause I made that shit up.
We're
yeah.
making stuff up now. Stop being stupid. What we're saying is, people love drama. They love it in their life, and at one point or another, either they have to watch it or they have to like be
Live
in
it.
the middle
Well,
of
yeah,
it,
and that's why
live
you
it.
like movies and stuff. You know what I mean? Like everyone's watching it for that kind
But
of
I mean,
crap.
what kind of movies do you, I mean, personally?
Well, I mean, you could even say like Avengers, right? Had drama in it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like they
yeah.
like that kind of
Well,
shit.
what I'm getting at is that the people who say they don't like drama, they're
Are the biggest
they're
perpetuators of it.
referring to drama in real life, but then they also are the biggest perpetuators of drama. So it's I'm over here like, yeah, like I mean, fuck, I love drama. Like everyone does a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
everyone does a little bit
in an entertainment sense.
But you can't like, like. Fuck,
Well,
man.
it comes down to a lot of these people are literally they're not. It's just not just that they're into this toxic whatever. It's like something's wrong with them. Like there's something missing. There's something that like, and this is my opinion. There's something that like when they were raised or they grew up in the school or the church or whatever is their friends and their neighbors, their family, whoever. There's something that perpetuates it. Like a lot of times they'll be like, well, I'm just like this because my mom is like this, or I'm just like this because my friends are all like that. It's like, well, then you're just
I grew
justifying
up
being an
into it.
asshole.
Yeah.
I grew up in
If you knew, here's the thing, if you knew enough to know that that's happening, wouldn't you change it? If you actually were awoke to the situation, why you're the way you are, but they'll just say it. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that?
It's a justification, so they don't have to change. They don't have to fucking take
You
responsibility
nailed it. You
for their
fucking
actions.
nailed it right there. You do that every time.
Nailed it. Or that's what I do all the time.
You stuck the landing.
Stuck the landing.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Is there? I mean, no, there's tons of crap we could rant on this. I'm just not really thinking about it right now.
I mean, fuck, dude. It's it really it's all around us. It's all the people that we know. It's our family members. I mean, everyone has that fucking black sheep. I think I'm the black sheep family member, but I mean, it is what it is.
I'm the
Like,
black sheep family member. Would I be the black-white sheep?
the white black sheep.
You're
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I'm uncomfortable.
Let's not talk about it.
Here's a good one. Part of that, cutting off people.
You got to do it sometimes.
Sometimes you got to do it. A lot of people don't want to do that because this is the way they justify their drama a lot of times too. I've caught this one. They'll be like, well, I'm not going to cut people off. That's just so immature, blah, blah, blah. But then they want to just keep the drama going. Like, is it really that? Like, if someone's really that bad, and I mean, I've even heard it, and I'm sure you guys have heard it. You guys don't have to say anything,
Yes.
but like physical drama, abuse, verbal abuse. Like I've heard beyond the drama. You know what I mean? Like, and then they still try to justify away, and it's like, no, if someone's abusing you and something's fucking wrong, cut it the fuck off. Almost everyone that knows me on social media knows I'm the king of blocking people. And they go, why do you always block people? I'm like, because I don't have time for that shit. If you're gonna, if you don't want to have a regular conversation, you just want to be like a troll, or you want to be a drama queen, and that could be a king too, by the way. But I mean, like, that's what you want.
Turn a phrase.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I mean? Like, you want to always do that. I don't got time for that shit, dude. It's like no one has time for that. If you're having a family member, a loved one of any sort, a friend, a neighbor, anyone, just cut them the fuck off. It's not that fucking hard. I've even had some people go, "How do you do that so easy?" It was like, are they adding any value to my life? I'm not talking about my close circle of friends. Like them, if I have a problem with, I go to them and I talk to them, and we as adults rationally decide and figure out what's going on, and it always ends up good that way. It's the problem is the acquaintance type friends that always want to just inject their fucking craziness. It just block them. It's fucking simple. Don't add. And here's another one. Don't add a ton of people you don't know on social media. I do occasionally add some. Usually 90% of the time they have something in common with me. Firearms, freedom, something like that generally. Or I'll be like, oh, okay, they know this person. I'll add them and I'll ask someone about them later. And sometimes I'll delete them later. But
exactly.
I got a fucking million people on
Facebook. It's just too much fucking drama. Now, some people, depending on your presence on social media, you might not run into the drama as much because if you're just posting like some jokey kind of things or whatever. But if you're doing politics or some real shit, you're gonna run into some fucking crazies out there, bro.
Most of the time, the stuff that I post is like about video games or technology or whatever. But I've been, starting to post more like ANCAP libertarian type shit, and and sometimes I post like the conservative stuff because it's fucking funny, dude. Like you gotta be able to find humor in some of this shit, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes people will think like, oh, that's how I really feel. And
it was funny.
Defend myself. Yeah, it was. Take a fucking joke, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't like Trump, but I thought that was funny.
Exactly.
That's a good example.
But there are other people that, and you can tell, like they're either legit my friend and we're having a conversation, or they're attacking me. And when I'm being attacked, it's like, okay, well then now I have to defend myself, and then chances are one of us is gonna end up with our fucking feelings hurt.
Oh yeah,
dude. And that's the thing.
And I will say this: every time I've seen you go back to retaliate, it's not really that. It's more just defending your position, and then they get emotional and they call names.
Yeah.
I would say almost every single one that I know about that's happened with Jamie in the recent past, he's been completely rational, no emotion, just saying what he believes. And because the other person can't get on board with that, it's like you're the fucking devil.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And that is a form of a fucking toxic person. Like you can't even, that's bringing this back into our very first topic about YouTube. Those are the same motherfuckers that want to edit fucking freedom of speech.
Yep.
Because they can't agree with it. What they're saying is they want force to be initiated against you by government, so you can't say that, or they want a private, what would you call YouTube, a private platform?
Institution.
Yeah. They would want them to police you and get you out of there, so therefore you can't have a voice. So it's fucking, ultimately what does that come down to? They're bullies. So, you know what I mean? And in a weird way, I guess they kind of are like a mental terrorist bully, because they're always, the majority of those people are usually the same ones that are always wanting the drama and the gossip. So in a way, it makes them feel better about themselves, so they're like putting themselves above everyone, which in a weird way is kind of like a bully.
So it kind of are.
You know what I'm saying? They're reaching a little, but I'm just saying.
No, but you're right. It's like a bully is always going to try to call you out on every little statement you try to make, okay?
Oh, yes.
The same dude that I literally, so I've talked about at several shows. I've lost a real-life friend because of my views towards libertarianism and politics, right? Well, you might be kind of torn up about it. You sound like it because you keep bringing it up. I am fucking torn up about it. Yeah. I've known this guy for 15 fucking years, and now he doesn't want to be my friend because he thinks I support Donald Trump.
Which is so stupid, because it's not even what it is, but he's not willing to listen to.
Doesn't want to have that conversation, right?
Unbelievable.
So that same guy, I have another friend of mine who posted that picture that was circulating around that was like the Lady Liberty. She got the blindfold on, and she's being held down by, I guess, what's supposed to be like Donald Trump. Held down on the ground, right?
I remember that one.
And so that same dude that unfriended me was like, don't you think that's insensitive to post because there might be some people on your profile that have been victims of sexual abuse and they might find this offensive?
Okay, Mr.
What a fucking
SJW.
stretch.
Okay, Mr.
That's not what that was
SJW.
about. It was about basically fucking holding down liberty and freedom and
not what
justice.
it was about at all.
Yeah.
But there he is trying to fucking spread an agenda. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, dude. Like, I understand.
That's
it.
one thing I like about Trump is the one thing is that people just look at him and they get triggered.
Orange
It's
van
like,
bad.
Yeah, right. It's like
Yeah.
I fuck Trump, dude. I can't stand him.
It's like,
but it's not like
people
making
loved
me
him,
triggered.
But people loved him when he helped Macaulay Culkin out in Home Alone.
yeah,
People
Home Alone
loved
too.
him.
He
Loved him.
he led an 8-year-old boy out into the fucking New York.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so I'm just
Showed
saying, like,
him
that's
the way.
that same guy. Like, it's like you, like, of course he would have had a problem with what I was fucking doing.
Well, people like that are always going to
Yeah.
have a problem with what you're saying because you're saying it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
it's
he already
just
doesn't like your stance on anything, so
you know what all this comes into is that no one really wants to take their emotions out of it and look at things like rational on all these situations that we just named.
With some fucking objectivity, dude.
Put on
It's
your
really-
big grown-up pants. You know what I mean? And let's have a real conversation here, and like let's figure out like what's what. You know what I mean? Instead of just, oh, I don't like it, so I'm offended, and I'm going to go off, or I'm going to go back to these bad friends or this family or whatever. Dude, people are like, and I'm not bringing you guys into this, so you guys don't have to answer any of this. But like, there's some fucking toxic fucking family members. A lot. And it could be the mom, the dad, the sister, the brother, whatever. Yeah, cover your ears.
I know.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, there can be I'm not saying that that's the case with any of us. I'm just saying no one has to answer. But, I mean, that's a big thing. And people are like, well, it's my mom. Well, it's my dad. It's my sister. It's whatever. We're blood. We're family. Who gives a fuck? If they're toxic and they're beating you or verbally abusive or shit, in some cases I know that they're taking your property or whatever. Sometimes they take your money. Whatever. I've heard tons of different stories, and I know tons of people that have to deal with it. Cut them the fuck off and get the fuck out of there. Stop letting people walk all over you. That's part of what we talk about here. Like, we don't like government controlling us. It's another form of authority that's immoral. And so if someone's doing something bad to you, get out of that situation. If you're married, and I'm not saying get a divorce, whatever. I'm not just saying go run out and do that. But if you're being abused and you're being attacked, get the fuck out of that. Like, it's fucking insane to me that you would put yourself in an abusive relationship or whatever in the relationship, like we were saying earlier. It doesn't have to mean marriage or whatever. It could be a friendship. But just get out of them. I don't understand why people want to stay, like, in that, other than the fact that what we said, people like drama.
They fucking like it.
Yeah, and they
So-
become a creature of habit too. A lot of times too. I have
Yeah.
to say. So it's the mental stuff going on
There's
too.
security and comfort. You know what I mean?
But get out of it. Break the chains, man.
Yeah. So the one thing that like I fucking had to teach myself, and it's something I try to teach other people, is that you treat people how to treat you. Or you teach people how to treat you. Is what I meant to say. Sorry.
Yeah.
So like you are the one who decide the very first time somebody says something you are not okay with, does something to you you don't approve of, or says something that you know what I mean, like that rubs you the wrong way. You need to nip that in the bud.
Yeah,
and
you
just
address it right away.
immediately.
Yeah.
Because if you don't say anything, then it's going to become a habit, and you just learn to sort of take that type of behavior and accept it. And
but I
it's
mean,
not okay.
I mean, you're just talking about the golden rule: treat others
Pretty
the way
much.
that you would want to be treated.
Exactly. But the thing is that like,
I mean, good.
the way that I
good
want to be
or
treated
bad.
may not be the way you want to be treated. So
Yeah.
it's up to you to communicate that with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's where you put on the big boy pants and
Exactly.
have an
I mean,
adult
I mean,
conversation.
it's just like being at work. You know what I mean? There are certain people who will sit there and try to talk to you a certain way, and it's up to you to sit there and be like, hey, hey, slow your roll, dude. You gotta know who you're talking.
Here's
to.
a funny little side note because you just made me think of it. This is on a total side note. Don't you hate when fucking people, especially like coworker type people, I would guess is probably the main ones that do this. Maybe family members would be the other ones. Your elders, right? So they come up to you and like, Jamie, what we really want to do is we got to do it this way, and they talk to you like you're a little fucking kid. Have you had that shit happen? Where
Not
people,
really,
No?
no.
You ever had that?
I've had it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just, and I just look at the person like, so what you and an adult way is you want me to set it up like this and like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you knew that, and they didn't really. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But like I've had that a lot. Don't you? Oh God, I just triggered myself. Don't you just think that hate? Because all they're saying is this is what I believe.
We should do things my way.
Have you ever had that?
We should do it my way.
it's been a really long time. Since I
Okay,
was
so
talking like
this
that.
could be. I mean, I
It doesn't
I
even
know
have to
a
be the way that
person-
he says it. I mean, have you ever talked to somebody and you just get the whole feeling about they're trying to get things to be done their way.
Sure.
They're trying to steer things like, if you just look at it this way, or you really can't look at things like that. You've never heard anybody say you can't look at things like that.
I tend to get very, very condescending to people who condescend me. And
you kind of stop it before it happens,
I'm
kind of
fucking
thing.
better at it than they are. I guarantee it.
Okay, there. See, there.
He has like his way to do it, where we're probably more chill, and then they get to, and then we kind of like finally
like check them like.
So I have
motherfucker. What?
I have this one person in my mind that always does it. I've had other people do it, but I always say, don't you just think that Trump is. I'm making this part up, but don't you just think that like Trump is good because he's not allowing this and that? You know what I mean? Like they'll it's like they're already trying to project that they're right onto you. Does that make sense? Like, don't you just think that that we have to have taxes, Jamie, because you know what I mean? Like they always try. They do it that way. They don't go like, well, no, I think that we do need taxes. Like, be a fucking adult about it, and just even if you're wrong or right, at least say what your fucking thing is. Not like,
I mean,
don't you just think
it just seems like some sort of fucking circular.
It is.
It's like, no, I don't think that. That's what I just fucking said.
Drives me crazy.
Is there
aggressive
is there?
bullshit.
Didn't I just say I didn't agree with that? Like, what the fuck's going on?
So it's funny because the person that I just named is the one that I've mentioned on one of the podcasts that actually mailed me in the mail the definition of taxes and voting and whatever. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? We already went over this in our conversation, and you're just giving me a definition, and I told you that it's immoral and why, and you didn't give me any of that. You just gave me what Webster's dictionary says is the definition of taxation.
I've already read that.
Like,
you wasted your time.
Like,
sir.
I don't fucking know what taxes are. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, my picture on social media literally says taxation is theft, and some of my clothes say it. I'm surprised I don't have a tattoo of it.
What's that right there?
Which one?
Your water bottle.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. I was like, oh, which tattoo? I was like, wait, did I get one I didn't remember? But yeah.
It was that night you were drinking with Richard.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was a good party. But yeah, it's just crazy because that's the same kind of person. They're trying to push their I don't know. What do they call it? There's a word for that.
Their views?
Yeah, but it's like the way they do it. It's passive aggressive. It's that kind of.
I just said that.
Did you say that?
I said passive aggressive.
Oh, I heard you say views. That's why. Yeah.
Passive aggressive bullshit.
I heard it there.
Sorry, gotta eat the mic.
Hashtag microphone.
I'm learning. It's
Yeah,
my
I
third
know.
one.
I know.
Mics are weird.
No one. We're not.
Mics are weird.
Don't you just think, Aaron, if you actually
if you talk to the mic, people would hear you. Oh, all right, asshole.
See how that? Yeah, that's horrible. I hate that shit, dude. Just be like talking to the mic.
Have you seen that Eddie Murphy meme where it's like, there's somebody looking at your post like this, and he has that hater look?
Yeah.
Like,
I haven't seen that one, but I've seen a lot of memes like that, especially our Thor one. We like that one. Me and Jamie like the Thor one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anything else about that? I think we kind of covered that. It's kind of just like a winging it topic, but I mean, get out of bad relationships. Don't let people walk all over you. Why the fuck can't you fucking block people? Block people, asshole.
Or even better,
I'm doing it.
I've blocked a few people, but what I like to do is I like to find what pisses them off, and I like to just pull the fuck out of them until they fucking.
You make them block you.
And I'll just.
You're using reverse psychology,
dude, and just the people I lost along the way. This one's for you. Because you got to know I worked hard to get you, for you to block me.
Dude, like I'm not above petty shit like that either.
That's
like
what I'm
if
saying.
So here's the thing. Like, you ever get people where they spam you? They send you a bunch of shit just over and over and over. Like, so what a lot of people don't know is that like I have software that I can write macros that will just do the same command over and over. So like I've done that before. People spam me, and I just real quick write a little script and I fucking put it in the chat bot, and it just fucking one every second until they block me. It's and I just walk away from the computer.
I haven't done this in a while, maybe about a little over a year. But me and one of my boys, we would actually a couple of us, if a statist started fucking saying don't you think about taxation and blah blah blah, and they're trying to push their whole bullshit, we would start getting we would just literally take like an hour looking up memes about taxation, comparing it to each other, checking it. Taxation is that you have this one? No, okay.
Strategizing.
And then just start fucking inundating their whole comment with just Like I want to say like up to 100 or more. Sometimes there'd be 200 some comments on a comment. You know how it breaks off the comment.
Yeah.
And then when you run out of those, you would also throw in between hashtags like taxation is theft, all government is force, and it was always after they started bullshit and calling names and whatever. It's because they can't win the battle.
Because it's always, dude. It always goes to that. It's like, you know, for
I think
some reason
that's what happened on the one that dude fucking unfriended me. Yeah.
And my thing is, dude, as soon as they label me as like a Republican or a Democrat, then it, you know, I kind of like get that trigger twitch. Like, just because I am talking about them doesn't mean I'm on your fucking side, dickface.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They always do that. They always do that.
Oh, good job, brother. You're one of us.
If you're
like,
talking about something pro-drugs, doesn't mean that I'm doing drugs or I'm a Democrat. I'm not. But I think people have the choice to do that. You know what I mean?
Or if I say anal sex is awesome and, you know, you do, doesn't mean that I'm going out having all types of anal sex.
Sure.
Yeah, you should, you know. Who
That's
the fuck
science.
cares?
Have fun.
That is just science.
Have fun. Do what you want.
Yeah.
It's free fun, really.
Dude, half the fucking states it's illegal to have fucking oral or anal sex. So, yeah, we're real free.
If
it was
that's
pretty
what
legit.
floats your boat, if that's what makes you go hard, fucking go hard, man.
Or if not.
Or
you
if
just
not,
want people
you know,
to do what they want. Like, that's...
If you just want to stay home and just watch cat videos and crochet shit and...
That's cool, too.
Eat Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, or smoke a joint and clean your gun.
Yeah.
Should be able to do that.
Yeah, have a nice, adult drink, some scotch.
A nice beverage.
I can't believe you've done this.
So, on the same topic of like government agencies being too big and being able to do too much, one of the ones that I would like to talk about is the fucking ATF. And we got a little something for them. Check this shit out right here. Like the John Carpenter music.
New Line Cinema presents Leatherhead.
Jamie's going to be jamming to this song.
Look at that beautiful bitch right there.
The old 3D printer.
Yay, technology.
Yeah.
Fucking science.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man.
Oh,
that sounds so good.
Yep. Get fucked.
Yeah. Anyone can make it. I love it. Woo! Pretty fucking cool, man. Yeah, you filthy statist.
I fucking changed it. Yeah, there.
Filthy statist. Live for your die.
That's fucking
pretty cool.
Awesome.
I like it. Technology, man. And me and Jamie were talking about it a little bit. We're just like, I was saying to him, I was like, man, it's just crazy because government limits so much technology and so much free market solutions to things. You know what I mean? Like, that is just, who knows what they'd be doing if there wasn't all these fucking regulations on all that crap. What else we could be making?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Dude, you could just make whatever fucking space gun you wanted to. Like, you could just make...
Death Ray.
What I mean by space gun is like the ones that look different than like the AR-15
Yeah, they wouldn't
platform.
have to be a
You
standard.
could just fucking 3D print whatever the fuck you wanted, you know? I mean, your imagination is literally... You could have a functioning fucking Halo assault rifle or whatever they call it, the Master Chief rifle.
I know what you're talking
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
battle
dude.
rifle.
You could have a real one of those if people were allowed to make them, but because it's a firearm, it's fucking illegal. But anyone that knows CAD or any type of engineer or whatever, I mean, you could just fucking do all the plans and the drawings and everything on your own, make a functioning fucking replica.
Dude, you can go to Home Depot and make a shotgun.
Well, yeah, there's that. But technology-wise is what we're more... I know what you're saying, though.
Technology-wise, you could have yourself...
all the prison-type guns and shit. And, you know, you can make that shit. It's just the...
But, I mean, have you ever seen, like, the little Nerf guns? Like, my son has a bunch of Nerf guns, and he has one where it's, like, a double revolver to where you're shooting it on the top, then you hit the big button, and it rotates. So you
That's
got,
cool.
like... And it's like, so how come, nobody makes one of those?
Because of what we're talking about. I think.
Well, dude, I'm pretty sure somebody has made.
Well,
one of those, and they're
probably,
just
but I mean, like,
fuck you, I'm keeping this.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just no one should be controlling you from creating a weapon that you need to do to make to protect yourself. Like, there's why I don't.
And who knows why you'd want a double or a triple revolving?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Shotgun handgun.
That's Jamie's line.
You don't need to know. Fuck you. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Because fuck you.
Yeah,
that's.
I don't know. Too many people. Well, you can't regulate it and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
You
don't.
don't need
Yeah,
it.
don't. We're pretty much against all gun laws. So people should be able to defend themselves however they see fit.
All gun laws are an infringement. I don't like them. I
don't-
don't like them at
Pretty
all.
I'm
racist too.
uncomfortable.
Pretty racist the way they started too.
Oh yeah, that is true.
People think, oh, gun laws are awesome. No, they're
We should
pretty-
talk about that at some point. We haven't talked
Oh,
about
definitely.
that yet.
We will talk
We've
about.
mentioned it before, but we never really got into that.
Which one?
How the gun laws started out with racism to keep it away from the black community.
Well, you
Oh,
guys, it
yeah.
doesn't seem like you guys have had a black guy on the show yet. Sorry, Sugar Bear.
Shout out to Kenny again.
Should have been here, Kenny. Where are you?
Defend yourself.
Defend yourself. This is your life. Defend
You know,
it.
I had a little thought earlier, and I kind of shared it with you guys. You know, everyone, we always talk about like how we hate politics, and people always, it's usually especially the people that like aren't really into politics. They're always like, I hate politics. Well, I had a kind of funny thought of like, well, abolish the state and we don't have to talk about politics anymore.
Yeah, let's just get rid of the government. Then we don't have politics.
Yeah, I got a real simple fucking solution. Which is one of those little joke
I
things.
like that.
Yeah.
Hate politics?
Yeah.
Abolish government.
Yeah.
We should make that a fucking shirt.
We
coming
should.
up.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be. But I mean, how many people got into politics now? That
Yeah, you brought that up earlier
remember,
too.
you know, people like Trump has done nothing but bad shit. I'm like, Trump has actually done a lot of good shit because people are paying attention to how shit's ran and you know what's going on inside their communities and everything else.
I feel like anytime, and same with Obama, a lot of people got into it then too, but more so with Trump, I would definitely say.
I think it was more
the
of
people that aren't normally into it.
an anti-Trump. With Obama, I
Yeah.
think it was like, well, we got one of ours, and the, you know, he's gonna pay my bill, and it's like, dude.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of people don't even like it gets them into it, but I think a lot of times they just don't really. They still don't really pay attention. They just kind of just say. That's why you hear all the stupid comments coming out.
Yeah, because I knew people that were, you know, that didn't even, you know, were into politics, and Obama got elected, and they were like doing, we have an inauguration party going, and it's like,
I've never
what
even heard you talk about politics
the
until a
fuck
month ago.
is an inauguration party? We're having all of President
That was a
Obama's-
fucking thing too. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. That
We're
was a
having-
big deal.
We're having all of
Inauguration
his-
parties?
Yeah, when
We're
Obama got in there.
We're having all of his favorite foods, and it's like you've never even fucking met the man, but yet you're making his favorite foods.
He won
and
the fucking Nobel Peace Prize and didn't even do anything.
Yeah, how does that happen?
He drone bombed a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
people.
A
Yeah.
bunch of fucking people, a lot of.
What did they say when they gave him a Nobel Peace Prize? They said that it was for the things that he's going to do. It wasn't even that he did anything. I thought it was what he was going. I can't remember, but I'm almost positive that was what it was because the droning and all that was after he had his prize.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, half
We
black
should look that up.
president.
That's interesting.
Half
Yeah.
black
I don't
president.
remember.
You know, you haven't done anything yet, but here's a Nobel Peace Prize because you're gonna do great things because you're half black.
Here's a crazy thought: no U.S. president should ever have a Nobel Peace Prize. They literally fucking promote war. Like that's what they do. Like why? There's nothing peaceful about what any government, for that matter, does. It's all funded by force.
Yep.
Like everything about a government is force. It's violence. So there's no peace in it at all. So
Did you guys see the poll to where even more Americans are in favor of gun control after the whole?
yeah, I saw that. It's fucking crazy.
And it's like, oh, we have to get rid of these guns. You know what? Chop off your fingers to stop gun violence.
Your trigger finger.
Chop off your dicks to stop rape.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
my
Cut
God.
cut your tongues out to stop free speech.
It's fucking disgusting.
Pretty
dude.
soon, you guys are gonna fucking get to where fucking staple your stomach so you don't eat too much food to get fat. You know,
People
Get
already
rid of
do
your-
Yeah,
that.
they're trying to do that in roundabout ways right now too.
Oh no, they're doing that. They're just
Like
people
the
are
whole,
just
remember
lazy.
New York did the whole soda big supersized stuff they
Oh
outlawed.
yeah, you get taxed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they add taxes on the regular sodas, but they like literally outlawed like the big size, super size, big gulp size,
But
whatever.
it's funny because it's all like it's never stuff to make you healthier or anything like that. Because if so, dude, then you would just ban soda. Like like
It's
you would
fucking
never have
feel
it.
good shit, dude. It's all it is.
Always
It's
is.
all
We're doing
fucking feel
something
good shit.
We're getting rid, but it's also raising taxes.
We're gonna make people healthy.
But it's raising
the
taxes.
fuck out of here.
You're making people pay more taxes. Well, fine. I mean, if you're not gonna get off the soda yourself, we're gonna fucking tax you. Just like cigarettes. Dude, I used to smoke, and then it's like, I quit smoking before the cigarette tax hit, dude. Back when they were like $6 a pack, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
The old times.
The good old
Back
times.
in 1914.
14. When we had kazoos.
Back when tall cans were $1 out
The
the
old
door.
cancer kazoo is what we called them.
The old coffin nail.
I had one little point I wanted to bring up real quick that I forgot to bring up. Kind of like about the whole YouTube thing and all that, is if you guys think about it, when they're taking down channels and banning channels and, blocking channels, it's kind of, in a weird way, see what your guys' thought is on this, it's kind of in a weird way like a private version of burning the books. Like in Nazi times, the old 40s.
Fuck yes,
it is, though,
Yeah.
because you're getting rid of opposing viewpoints by destroying them or making them otherwise
I don't think people have ever really looked at it that way, right? Like, or at least I haven't heard it. But I thought that, I actually wrote that note, and I just saw it now that I missed it. But it's kind of like we don't obviously have a book, so this is our platform, and this is where we get our information out.
But they're stopping the flow of information, which is by a book, by you saying it.
The concept is the same. So you guys kind of agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're censoring.
Blocking
people.
YouTube channels is like burning books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that.
I said it.
I'm cool with that.
And everyone agreed, so we're going with it.
And it would almost be the point
Hashtag book burning.
It would almost be the point to where the person's talking and you just kind of come up and just.
Yeah, you're silencing them. Yeah.
Like strong arm them to like shut up. You're gonna shut up. You're not gonna say what we what we don't like. You're strong arming somebody to do what you want them to do, and it's like fuck it. By a click of a button now, because technology.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They just want to silence your voice because they don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have a reason. Just, I don't agree with that view. It's dangerous or whatever their bullshit excuses.
Yeah, you don't agree with it. Stop there. Fine. Let's agree to disagree.
Quit burning the books, YouTube.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Alrighty. Are we guys pretty much good here?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let me do a little, check us out on the old Instagram. We're starting to update that bad boy now. The Twitter.
The tweets.
The
Tweety books.
Yeah. Facebook, Pornhub.
I was going to say SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, and our Facebook, and obviously YouTube.
Phasey Space.
Yeah.
Tweety books.
Yeah. So check us out there. And remember that you guys really need to make sure you've subscribed and make sure you get other people to subscribe, because that's the way you'll know that you'll get unless outside of them literally burning the book and banning us, that's the only way you're going to really 100% know.
Find it, yeah.
Yeah, and like that little, or what is that little bell?
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about.
notification.
So, like, if you guys, when you're watching our videos, so you only have to do this one time, subscribe, and then hit the little bell notification. That way, every time we drop a video,
To the right of it, right? On the screen.
it'll show up on your feed. The other thing you have to do, if you could, we'd appreciate it, on every video is hit the little thumbs up button if you liked it, because that kind of helps us with viewership and whatnot.
SoundCloud does the same, and Facebook, man. Go like and share those things, man. If you guys agree with it, that's a little small way of support because it gets the word out there and it starts spreading the word of freedom.
There it is.
Yeah.
Freedom fighters, we appreciate it.
And that's what I mean. If freedom is as important to you guys as it is us, do something about it. And that's the smallest thing you can do is just share that. And it doesn't just have to be our page and stuff like that. I mean, anything that is that kind of content, push it.
Yeah, we'll share that shit. We'll reshare your shit on our shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it'll go both ways.
All right.
Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Cool. All right, so we got the wrap up here. Keep this one short and sweet today. I only have I got like 7.
I caught a 9er in there.
9. I got a frickin' G.
Yeah.
So, YouTube is assholes. We can all fucking agree to that.
Yeah, stop
We're
burning books, bro.
Yeah, fucking,
Fuck yeah.
dude, Jesus. Shame on Cardi B, assholes. Come on.
Yeah.
Have some fucking.
You had
Where's
other
the-
options.
Where's the accountability? You know what I mean?
Yeah, stop being the B team, start being the A team. Sorry.
And women, you gotta excuse. You can't excuse this type of behavior. It's you're gonna fucking crucify the man, but not crucify the chick that did the same thing. That's bullshit. That's why nobody takes you guys seriously. Don't be fucking hypocrites. When it comes to this, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. It just came out wrong.
Whoa.
Hey-o.
All right. Mike Lee was an asshole, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
velociraptor.
That was pretty awesome.
A glorious asshole.
If you're a deer, keep your asshole away from race cars.
Yeah, that
Jesus.
was fucking weird.
Firefighters are assholes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, those motherfuckers throwing people in burning buildings.
All right. And Johnny said earlier, block people, asshole. Come on.
Yeah, don't let toxic people
Cut 'em out.
fuck with you.
They're
Just
done.
one click away.
Yeah.
3D printed guns are awesome, asshole. We all agree
Freedom,
with that.
bro.
There it is. Yeah. That's all we have for tonight, folks. Okay, this has been episode number 31 of the Grim 86 Freedom First podcast. Thanks for watching.
Bye.